Welcome, everybody. Episode 229 of the Thumbstick Athletes podcast. I'm your host, Dan.
I'm Eric.
Will.
Corey.
Today's episode is going to be on Rainbow Six Siege. Just came out from Ubisoft not that long ago. Eric's playing it on PS4.
Yep.
Will played about 20 minutes, right, Will?
Yeah, about that.
What is time in?
Not
Actually, 20 minutes is generous, probably.
okay. So you played about a match, maybe?
I did one situation for people who are familiar with the game.
Situation.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
Didn't even try the online then.
no.
All right.
And I watched a little bit on Twitch just to familiarize myself with the game a little bit. So that's going to be our main topic. Does anyone have anything they want to tease for later on in the episode?
Yeah, I started Rise of the Tomb Raider, which I'll give my first impressions on because we're going to do that next week.
Yep. Rather than Just Cause, we're going to do Tomb Raider next week.
Right. I played Forza Horizon 2, which I purchased last week on the Xbox sale. Finally, I played a shit ton of that, so I'll be talking about that.
Nice.
And that's it.
Cool. Will, did you play anything? You didn't play anything new, right?
No, I actually did. I put in some more time on Fallout. I played another game that's a little bit older that I kind of had the urge to play. And last week when we bought Rise of the Tomb Raider, I put it in like an hour. So
Okay.
I'll give my brief impressions like Eric. Eric probably put more time in, though.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
But,
Corey?
yeah, that's what I played.
Sounds good. Corey, what'd you play?
A little game called Xenoblade Chronicles X.
Yeah. Which I also played.
Yeah, Dan and I were in day one. I probably put maybe 5 hours into that.
Okay.
I kept telling myself I wanted to play more of it, but when the time came, I just couldn't bring myself to sit in front of the Wii U and play it.
Yeah.
I don't know what that says about the game. I haven't gotten that far, but yeah.
I played about
some first thoughts.
Yeah, I put about 20 hours into it so far this week. So I played that. Did you play anything else, Corey?
No.
Okay.
However, if we have time, I'd like to just run through what our thummy categories are going to be this
Oh
year.
yeah.
Go, we'll make time.
Episode.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll have to. We've got to nail that
I need
down.
a refresher.
Cool.
So do I actually. I want to start planning that.
Certainly
out now.
not going to go listen back to last year.
No, me neither.
It'd be way too easy.
I did all that work for you guys.
Yeah, I'd much rather have you just do the work.
In addition to Xenoblade Chronicles, I started Far Cry 4, so I'll talk a little bit about that. That's nothing new, but new to
New
me.
to you.
Yeah, I had not experienced Far Cry 4 yet, so that's what I'll be talking about later. Let's get right into Rainbow Six Siege.
All right.
Take us away, Eric. You're going to be carrying this episode on your back.
That's fine. Yeah, so Rainbow Six Siege was not really on my radar until I played the beta, and I really liked it a lot. So Will and I ended up splitting it through the jank that you could call like family sharing. On PS4, we both got it for, obviously, since we're sharing it. So, paid $30 a piece for it. Made by Ubisoft. It does not have the single-player campaign, which I think we're going to talk about towards the end of this. So the single player in this is called Situations, and it's basically what it sounds like. They put you in different situations, whether it be like rescue a hostage or just kill all the terrorists, whatever it is. I only played 3 of them. I think there's 11 different situations. Basically, what they want to do with those is you use a different operator is what they're called. It's like a different class. Each operator has something special
A
about
job,
them or
a
unique
specific-
that they bring to the table. So say there's 11 if there's 11 situations, you're using 11 different operators to kind of get a feel for them and what they do, and the situation that you're put into is kind of tailored to whatever they do.
Okay.
So it's kind of cool.
Yeah.
I actually really enjoyed the 3 situations that I did. It's not anything super in depth
Right.
or anything like that. It's just I feel like the AI, maybe it's just me, I'm really fucking bad at this game. The shooting feels a little bit clunky to me.
Okay.
So it's not as crisp as like Halo has felt to me or Destiny has felt to me.
It's tactical.
Yeah,
I think
it's
that's
more
why.
tactical. It's a slower paced game, and I like that about it because I haven't played a shooter like that in a long time.
Not since SOCOM, right?
Maybe. Yeah. You're probably right.
On the what was that PS2? SOCOM.
Yeah, I believe it was the PS2, which was janky as shit on their internet as it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the shooting hasn't
ran
felt
on
as
dial-up.
good, but it seems like the AI is pretty good in this game, which it kind of needs to be for another game mode that we'll talk about. So I actually do take kind of a cautious approach, even when I'm just playing against a computer.
Yeah.
Because they do shoot you, and if you're making noise or taking shots, they will pursue you, which is kind of cool. They don't just sit in the room where they're at and wait for you to come pick them off. So they do come pursue you, which is kind of nice. And like the one situation I was in where you had to rescue a hostage, I was not prepared for this at all because in most games AI is really shitty.
Yeah.
So what I did was I ran in, found where the hostage was using my remote drone, which goes along the floor, and you can go under doors that they have barricaded, so you can go under doors and look around and stuff and kind of tag your enemies.
Yeah.
So I found a path and got through it and whatever, killed the guy that was guarding the hostage, grabbed the hostage. I knew I hadn't killed everybody, but I also thought I had made a clear path to get back out to the extraction zone. So I ran out there, and 3 of the terrorists were out there and just picked me off. And I just was not ready for that because I just expected to just walk out there.
Yeah.
So it was kind of cool. I thought that the AI, I was pissed when it happened.
Right.
But looking back now, that's how it should be.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like they knew that I grabbed
they would adjust
the
to your
hostage,
tactics.
and they're like, all right, well, we'll just go out and wait for his dumb ass to run out here. And that's exactly what happened.
Yeah.
So I kind of like that. And they're pretty intense. Like if you let yourself really get into it, and the sound is great, especially on the gold wireless headset, because like footsteps, you can hear footsteps and they sound like where they actually coming from.
I was gonna say you kind of need to have like surround sound to really
it's better.
Yeah, to
for
really
sure.
experience that game because it is a sound based game.
Anytime I play it, I use headset.
Yeah.
So like that, you can hear guns reloading, anything like that, any movement you can hear. So that part is really, really well done. But like I said, when you let yourself get wrapped up in that and like just the sounds and the environment, and it gets kind of intense even against a computer.
Yeah.
Maybe that would go away after I did more than 3 of the situations, but I did kind of enjoy them. It certainly doesn't replace a single player campaign by any stretch of the imagination.
Right.
But what it does do is get you used to the feel of the guns and things like that. And like I said, some of the different operators that you can use, which is important because you have to choose which operators you unlock. We'll get to that. Yeah, I guess I probably don't need to read all that. So the other single player mode is Terrorist Hunt, which I guess is a return from a previous. I don't know as if I've ever played any Tom Clancy Rainbow Six games.
Yeah.
I think I have at some point, but I don't remember them. But Terrorist Hunt, I guess, is a fan favorite mode, so they put it back in this one. That's basically what it sounds like. I think they're like Terrorist Hunt is basically you just go in and you eliminate the enemies. You can do this single player against AI, or I think you can get in parties with other people and go against AI. I think you can also do hostage rescue in the Terrorist Hunt mode. I'm not positive about that, but it's pretty self-explanatory.
Right.
You run in and you try to kill them by any means that are possible, really, which is the great part about this game.
The hostages better not be females.
In my experience, there was 1 male and 1 female.
Perfect.
Bigots.
50-50. Yeah.
50-50 split.
Whew.
So the great thing about this game is a lot of the environments in the buildings are destructible. So you can use breach charges or whatever the case may be to just like explode through walls. And that's the beauty of this game, is setting up a plan with a team and like hitting them from different angles, or one of them set off an explosion outside like a garage door to make them think you're coming in that way, when the rest of the team is actually on the second story or in the roof dropping in on them. And that's the beauty of this game. It's unlike any shooter that I've played in my experience, which I really enjoy. So like going up on the roof is really cool. You just rappel up there. You can look in windows on your way up and bash them in. There's just ways. That's the beauty of the game.
I think the destructible environments that's new to this game.
I believe it is, yes.
Because the other Rainbow Six games they're very tactical.
A little more straightforward.
They're not as there's not as many options available to the player because of the non-destructible environments.
Right.
They might have had like spots in the wall that you could plan to blow up, but this one you can kind of blow up most places, right?
Most of them, not all of them, but most of them. But the cool thing is, like, certain operators can put up walls that can only be demoed by certain other operators.
Okay.
So like if you don't have that operator on your team, then you just can't blow through that wall.
Right.
And like you can, that's like you can just barricade a wall where there's a pretty good chance they're going to come through with big time barricades that they can't get through without a breach charge or whatever the case may be, and you're good to go through that wall at very least. Plenty of other ways for them to get in, but
right.
I think that's kind of cool that you kind of have to balance your team out, and that's the biggest thing about this game is people in some of the Facebook groups I'm on, like video game groups, have asked, like, somebody asked, should I buy Siege, Battle for Call of Duty? And I had a not playing Siege, and I don't even know if it's the best of the three, but it's definitely the most unique of the three.
Yeah.
And if you have people to play with, like, this game would just be so much fun. In my experience playing online multiplayer, there's been probably 2 to 3 times that I've gotten like a good group, and you can end up staying in that group too if you just stay in the room.
Right.
Where people were communicating really well. Nobody was gonna, and like you died. Nobody was getting upset, but you were like trying to work out a good plan. And when you die, that's kind of another really fun part of it because you can control cameras and you can see what's going on instead of just watching your teammates.
Right.
So you can actually still help them because they can hear you talk. And it's really fun to do that, to be like, hey, he's coming the left side, coming down the stairs or whatever, and just being able to help your team like that. And that's when the game is at its best, is when you have a good team that's communicating with each other. That's the only way I could really recommend this game to somebody for $60.
So it's reliant on the players you're playing with to have a good time, is what you're saying.
It's not reliant on it, but man, does a huge help.
Okay.
Like, yeah, maybe it is reliant. It kind of is. I don't know if it has legs for me personally because I don't. Will's the only person I know that has that game.
Yeah.
And he, at least right now, he's kind of doing so with school and whatnot. So I do have to kind of rely on the randomness of getting in a good team online, which, is not great chances.
Yeah.
Not great odds with that.
I
actually had better luck with that in the beta than I have at full release.
Do you think there's more people
I'm sure
playing
there's more people playing it. But like one of the groups I got in, the guys were really talkative, but they were also like a couple of pricks.
Yeah.
And they didn't like the way the rest of the team went in. So they're like, all right, this time we're just going to hang back and let you guys run in and die, and then we'll take care of it. And I was like, oh, yeah, that should work. Of course it didn't. Like,
right.
So that kind of sucked. But, for the most part, people have been pretty cool on there in the groups that I've gotten into. So I did want to run through a breakdown of the different operators because that's a huge part of the game.
Right.
The biggest part of the game is the multiplayer. The single player is
Minimal.
whatever. Probably get pretty tired. So I guess the biggest part of this is the multiplayer. So I did want to run through these. So they're all broken up into groups. So there's the SAS operators, FBI, SWAT, GIGN operators, Spetsnaz, and GSG-9. So in the SAS is one of my favorites that I have. I only have 4 unlocked right now, and you unlock these through Renown, which is kind of like there's an experience bar, but there's also Renown that you gain. Which didn't bother me at first, but if you're like me and you're really fucking bad at this game, you don't get much renown at the end of a round. So it's kind of hard for me to unlock characters right now.
Gotcha.
Because first character you unlock is 500 renown. I'd say I average between 100 and 200 renown a match, but the matches can go pretty long because it's best of 5.
Right.
So, they can go pretty long time. There are timers on there, so you can't just fuck around the whole time, but they can go long.
Yeah.
And the first one you unlock in each group is 500. So if I unlocked Sledge in the SAS group, the next person I try to unlock in the SAS group is in 1,000. And so on and so forth. So it does go up and gets to be a little bit more. But Sledge is actually one of my favorite ones that I have so far. And what he does is he carries a breaching hammer, and he can break through some walls or like some of the flimsier barricades.
Okay.
He can just bust through them in one hit and just rips them down so the rest of the team can go in. And it's pretty badass.
Nice.
Actually, a nice touch that they did with these was when you unlock a new operator, they have like a little cinematic for each one of them.
To give you the rundown of their job?
Yeah, it's just kind of a cool little thing. And I thought Sledge's was pretty badass. So he's an attacker. The other attacker in the SAS is Thatcher. He carries EMP grenades. The two defenders are Mute and Smoke. Mute carries a jammer that prevents UAVs, drones, and remote charges, which is fucking annoying.
Yeah.
Smoke carries explosive charges that release chemical gas.
Okay. Yeah, one of the things I noticed when I was watching it on Twitch is before the match even started, I guess it was the attacking team got to run drones into the building to figure out where the placements of where people were and barricades and stuff.
So that's called the preparation phase.
Okay.
I want to say it's about 30 seconds before the match actually starts.
Sounds
so
right.
the attackers, like Dan said, they have remote drones that go along the ground, and you can enter buildings through gaps in the ground where barricades are. So the objective there is to locate not necessarily where your enemies are, but where the objective is.
Right.
So if it's two bombs, you want to at least find one of them so you have like a general area that you know you want to attack. Right.
Yeah.
Or if it's a hostage, you want to go in and find the hostage, obviously.
Right.
Another cool thing about this is that
the defenders can also destroy the bots, which I thought was
the defenders
cool.
can destroy them, and the defenders are this whole time they're setting up. For instance, Rook is one of the defenders that I use. His special ability or whatever is he carries a bag of armor, so he drops a bag of armor for the entire team, and you get a bonus to your armor or whatever. There's another guy who has like bulletproof barriers, so he can rip down the flimsy barricades and put up bulletproof ones, which is awesome because shooting through the walls and creating like a little sight space for you is actually it's a pretty fucking awesome way to play the game, and it feels really cool when you kill somebody by doing that because you can't do it in other games.
Wall,
yeah. You just create these little holes in the walls, and if you see somebody, you just start blasting at the wall, and it's awesome. So he does bulletproof barricades. So the whole time in the pre-match phase, everybody is doing their own thing, barricading walls, putting their trip mines across doors if that's what they carry, putting barbed wire down to slow the enemies down. All of this cool shit is going on beforehand, which is really fun. So a few more of them. The FBI SWAT operators have Thermite, who is an attacker. He has Thermite breaching charges. Thermite is picked damn near every match. If that tells you anything, he's one of the ones that can bust through the heavy duty barricades.
Oh, gotcha. That makes sense.
That's why people pick him. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ash is an attacker who fires breaching charges from a long distance. Castle is the one that has the reinforced bulletproof barricades for defending. Pulse is a defender who carries a heartbeat sensor. One shitty thing about the operators is that if say I have 4 of them right now. I picked 2 attackers, 2 defenders. If 2 of my teammates pick the 2 attackers I have to be a recruit that doesn't have a special ability.
Oh, really? Oh, that kind of sucks.
So that blows because, like I said, it takes forever for me to unlock somebody. So it's just like, damn it, you have to be quick to get there before anybody else does. And of course, I tried to pick the ones that I saw a lot of other people picking because I figured they were more useful.
Right.
But at the same time, everybody else wants to use them too.
Yeah.
Let's see. For the GIGN operators, Twitch is an attacker that pilots unmanned drones that can disable traps and deliver electric shocks to enemies. Montage is an attacker with an extendable shield that covers his entire body. So some of the attackers carry just these big ass like combat shields, and they are a pain in the dick because you cannot shoot through them. You just can't. So you have to have really good aim to hit them in the arms or the feet, or hope that you can
maneuver around,
pincer attack and kind of surround them like a pack of wolves or something. I literally saw that happen once. The last guy on the other team he had a shield, so like 3 guys from my team just rushed him. And you had to kill him that way because it's just such a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
So this guy, Montage, has a shield that covers his entire body. Rook is a defender who has the armor crate, like I said before. I use him a lot, mostly because I don't have to think about it.
Yeah.
I just drop my armor on the ground and go. Doc is a defender who has a stim pistol. So you can actually be revived in this. So if they don't completely kill you, you're just kind of downed, and you hold square to slow your blood loss. Doc can actually shoot you from a distance with a stim pistol to bring you back to life, so he doesn't have to run over to you and put himself in danger. Because people will sit there and wait for somebody to kill you or to come over and try to revive you, and they'll just pick you off. That said, I don't see Doc picked ever. Glaz is an attacker from the Spetsnaz who has a flip sight scope, allowing him to change the magnification of his zoom on the go. And that's kind of one of the things that I like about the operators is they don't have like some crazy ability.
Yeah.
It's something simple, but it's something useful.
Right.
And I think that's kind of cool. Fuse is an attacker who uses cluster charges. So they latch onto walls and they release grenades that shoot into the opposite side of the wall. It's really cool. What I've seen done a lot of times is there'll be, say you're in like a kitchen on the second floor and you know that the enemies are in the basement and that's where a bomb is. Somebody will put their cluster charge through there in a certain square that is destructible, and you just hear all these grenades drop down and just shoot off in all these directions, and you can just try to clear out the room.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Nice.
It's actually especially useful if you don't know where the bomb is.
Right.
Because you have no idea where any of these guys are, and you just let these cluster charges go, and it's really cool. Kapkan is a defender with a Spetsnaz who has entry denial device, which allows him to set traps in entrances like windows and door frames. Tachanka is a defender who's probably the next one I'm going to get. He has a mounted LMG that the entire team can use. So you can just set it up and it's there if your team wants to go. Another one where you don't have to think about it.
Yeah.
The only thing you have to think about is where you're going to put it. Yeah.
Makes sense.
And the last group, the GSG-9 operators. Blitz is an attacker who carries a G52 tactical shield, which can use a flash to blind enemies, which is really cool, and be used as mobile protection. IQ is an attacker who uses electronics detector to locate any electronics in range. So say one of the defenders has set up an electric charge that will go off when you come through the door. This character can sense that and say, hey, don't go through this fucking door.
Right.
Well, like I did once and get blown to shit. That was embarrassing.
Error.
You know what? And I thought to myself, these guys are probably like, didn't he hear it? Because you can kind of hear something's going on.
Yeah.
But I saw what I did. I was sledged, so I tore down a barricade, and this guy happened to be running right in front of me. Didn't know that I had tore it down, so of course I went running after him and just blown up because somebody put a charger at the door. But that's the great thing about this game.
Yeah.
Yager is a defender who uses an active defense system to intercept grenades before they detonate. And Bandit is a defender who sets high-tension shock wire on metallic gadgets, dealing damage to enemies. So those are your operators. There's going to be, I believe, 8 more operators coming.
Wow.
With the DLC packs.
Yeah.
It will cost money, obviously. I wasn't sure what was in the season pass, and I thought that was kind of important with this game.
It's absolutely important.
Right. So I wanted to talk about that
for
a little
any game
bit.
nowadays. Any multiplayer game nowadays.
I should say there's 11 more maps, or I'm sorry, the game launched with 11 maps, and each of them has their own day and night version, which is kind of cool. I always just prefer the night. I think it's just
cool.
a better atmosphere to rush into some place like that. 8 more maps have been announced to be released in 2016. 2 maps are going to be available in each of the 4 expansions. Most of the information I got, by the way, is from IGN. I should say that. All the maps are going to be free to everybody, so you do not need to get a DLC or season pass for that.
Really good idea.
Yeah, it is. Very much so. The only thing is, with the season pass, you get like a week early access to it.
Okay.
So whatever.
That's an easy way not to fragment the player base, though.
Exactly.
It's fine.
Exactly.
Just giving all the maps to everybody.
Battlefront.
Yeah.
Rainbow Six Siege Season Pass includes 7-day exclusive early access to 8 new operators that players can instantly add to their roster upon release. A permanent 5% renown boost, which I want to talk more about, to allow players to unlock content quicker. Season Pass Porter weapon skins, Safari bundle of 5 weapon skins, 2 extra daily renown earning challenges. So those are like in Heroes of the Storm or Hearthstone, there's daily challenges.
Yeah.
It's kind of like that.
Makes sense.
And 600 R6 credits that can be used to purchase additional in-game content. And I wasn't sure what R6 credits were, so I got on and looked before I came, and I'm going to talk about that. So they plan to release 4 content expansions for Rainbow Six this year. First of which is called Operation Black Ice and will come out in January with 2 new operators, a new map, and other extras. So you can get the gold edition of Rainbow Six will cover everything for you, or you can get the base game for $60 and then the $30 season pass if you so choose to do so.
Isn't it like $85 if you get the golden edition? I think you save like $5.
I looked at it and thought about it, but yeah, I think it was like $85 or something like that.
Okay.
So I wanted to talk about the renown. You can buy renown boosters. So again, I'm going to compare it to Heroes of the Storm, where I would buy a weekly experience boost to increase my chances of leveling up and getting, whatever the weird satisfaction I got out of that. So it's the same kind of thing. You buy a renown boost there's a day pass. I think there's actually, hang on, I took a screenshot of it.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah. Has some pricing involved too, so I wanted to touch on that stuff, and I knew I'd forget. Okay. So renown passes, there's a day pass, a 3-day pass, a 7-day pass, and a 30-day pass. The only one I got a price for was the 30-day pass, and that's 1,400 of the R6 credits.
Oh, so you can earn those. Can you earn those by doing stuff in game, or you just buy those?
R6 credits can only be purchased with cash.
What did you say you got them for buying the game, or if you get the season pass, you get them?
You do get 600 R6 credits for the season pass.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. That's what. Okay.
You do not get any R6 credits if you buy the base game.
Gotcha.
Right. So you can buy currency packs, R6 credits, with your cash. So $10 will get you 1,200 credits. $20 will get you 2,400 credits. $35 will get you 4,200 credits. And $50 will get you 6,000 R6 credits. Mm-hmm. So, yeah. The thing about these is that if you have a team that all has renown boosters, you get, even an increased amount of renown booster.
An extra boost, huh?
Yeah, so you can actually see it before you go into the game. It'll show you who has it, which I don't like.
Yeah, because if you don't have it and you're the one guy on your team that doesn't have it, you're probably going to get singled out.
Come on, dude. Yeah. That's bound to happen.
Open up your wallet, cheap ass.
Yeah, exactly. The whole thing is kind of greasy to me.
Right.
I don't like that.
Okay.
Because we're not talking about a free-to-play game like Heroes of the Storm, where
we're going to talk about that at the end of this segment a little bit.
We can talk about it now. I'm pretty much done describing the game, but
what did you think of the game overall?
Overall?
Yeah.
I really like the game.
Okay.
I just can't recommend it to anybody that doesn't have people to play it with.
Okay.
If you're gonna play it by yourself, I can't recommend it. I really can't.
Even unless you're maybe really into tactical first-person shooters.
You'd have to be super into it, in my opinion. Like super into it.
Yeah.
Like the guy that runs the show. Like goes into a game and tells everybody what to do. And
can I tell you that I love playing with that guy?
Yeah.
Because. And I loved it in Heroes of the Storm too. If you remember, I talked about this.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily like to be the leader in those because I'm not going to put the time in.
Right.
If I put the time in and I knew exactly what I was doing, sure, that's fine. But if I haven't,
I'm the same way. I'd rather follow orders and something like that.
I'd much rather listen to somebody who knows exactly what they're doing, knows the one time I remember it was in the beta. I played with this one dude for a few matches who was a fantastic leader. He knew what every operator did. He was telling me where to go barricade. He's like, you need to go barricade in this room and that room, and he'd show me if I didn't know where it was. And it was fantastic. Like I felt like I was actually adding more to the team.
Right.
And that is what the best thing about this game is. If you have people to play with and you could have a good 5-man squad or at least a 3-man squad, whatever. Because you'd probably want to have at least 3 guys to be the majority.
Yeah.
It would be fucking amazing to play with a group like that. It just would be, I don't know if this is going to turn into an esport or anything, but in my opinion, like this game would be so much fun to watch and can be so intense in certain situations.
Yeah.
Like I feel like this would be a great esport game, personally. The weapon play and gunplay isn't fantastic. I feel like it's kind of clunky. It just feels weird. I don't know how to describe it. Will said he kind of felt the same way.
Yeah, like the 10 minutes that I played, it was like it felt like floaty and not like smooth, I guess you can say. I don't know, it was weird.
Yeah, it's hard to describe. It's just a little bit clunky.
Yeah.
But end of the day, I really do enjoy the game. It's a fun game to play. I'm glad I only paid $30 for it, just because I don't have anybody to really play it with.
Yeah.
At least at this point. I just want to make sure I covered everything that I wanted to.
Yeah, because what I wanted to get into is there was an article posted on Kotaku. I believe it was Nathan Grayson, right?
Yeah.
It was this morning, and he argued that first-person shooters without a single-player campaign should not be $60. I think we all are kind of in agreement there. But some of the points he made is because these games are not just like $60. Like you brought up Battlefront earlier. Battlefront is really like $110 game.
Absolutely.
He argued that because there's a lot of good free to play shooters or really inexpensive shooters that you can get into that have huge player bases, partly because they're either free or inexpensive. A game like Battlefront, I actually read in the comments somewhere someone saying that some of the modes in Battlefront are already like ghost towns because no one wants to play them. Only
You
people
can get that game for $30 right now.
people are only playing Walker Assault, really. But he argued that right off the bat, you're cutting off some of your sales. And multiplayer games like that, especially first person shooters, live and die by their player base.
Yeah.
So you're
Titanfall for this.
Titanfall Evolve was another one that he brought
Battlefront
up.
had to look no further than Titanfall to know that this game had no legs.
Yeah. And like I said, you got your $60. If they had charged even half that, $30, you would have had that many more sales, many more people playing it. So
The reason I think Siege is maybe a little different is because I feel like it could have the esports thing to it.
Right.
Well, you watched it, Dan, on Twitch. What did you think?
Well, it's funny that you mentioned the esport thing because I actually the person I watch is someone I've been following on Twitch for a while, and she's a first person shooter coach for that type of game. She coaches people as a job in that in that type of game. So yeah, it's definitely got the esports feel to it.
Yeah, I mean, did you watch any matches?
Oh yeah.
Were you into it?
Yeah, absolutely.
It's kind of intense,
It was
right?
very cool. It started off kind of bad because someone had left their mic on and they were talking about some Nintendo game that they were playing. And it was just throwing off the entire team. And someone after that, the first match is like, "Dude, shut off your microphone."
That's the thing.
And he did.
Yeah.
He's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't realize."
At least
I
he
left
was
it
good
on."
about it.
Yeah, he was fine. It was
But
funny.
I enjoy almost as much playing the game as I do when I'm dead.
Yeah.
Like trying to help the team through that.
It's definitely a fun game to watch. I feel like if you could switch around perspectives too and see as you would in an esport because they have the ability to move to different characters and stuff. Like I was just watching one
You can move
person.
cameras.
Can you?
Yeah, as
Okay.
long as the cameras haven't been shot out.
Oh, okay, there you go.
So if the cameras are left alone, you can move to different cameras.
Yeah.
You can move to different player perspectives also.
Yeah, I think that would be a very fun game to to be produced and stuff and have producers in the background moving around like this is a good shot, this is going to be some action here,
for instance,
whatever,
one match that I played, it's in this warehouse, right?
Yeah.
And there's a bomb. I died pretty quickly as usual. So I was on a camera that was outside facing the corner of the warehouse. The rest of my team was still alive, and they're setting up, and it's cool because you can see where your teammates are in the building. It's like a outline of wherever they are.
Yeah.
With their gamer tag or whatever. So I was just watching outside the building, and sure as shit, here comes the enemies. One of them's up on the roof, one of them's dropping down the side of the roof, and two other ones are coming in through this main front door where one of my guys is standing. And I told him, I was like, dude, careful. Two of the guys are right outside the door. One of them has a shield. You can tell them exactly what's going on. And if somebody has a shield, that's a big difference to them not having a shield in that team. Because he can just fucking come in and guard the guy behind him and just soak bullets. And he's like, you tell me when they come through that door. I've got a C4 charge strapped to that door. You just tell me when they come in. And that is so fucking cool.
Yeah.
The teamwork that can go into that game is amazing.
Yeah. And like you said, watching it as an esport, two well-oiled machine teams going at
against each other, that
would be a lot of fun to watch.
Fantastic.
Definitely.
So I think that's why this game has more legs to it.
Different, yeah.
As opposed to something like Battlefront.
Battlefront has no depth. This game has depth. Yeah. So, but Corey, I wanted to get your opinion on it because you even even if you don't necessarily agree, you like to play devil's advocate. What's your thoughts on the multiplayer only first person shooters being a full price $60 game?
I'm fine with it. It's all based on what you get out of the game, and I think a lot of people would get $60 worth of content out of the game. But I think Nathan Grayson's right in his main argument, which is when you price a game like that, you immediately alienate a whole bunch of people who would end up being your community that sustains your game.
Right.
For much longer than, like we talked about Battlefront already having small lobbies and stuff like that. And that's why so many games do so many multiplayer games do the free-to-play thing. Then I mean,
Yeah, free to play with microtransactions, specifically cosmetic stuff.
right?
Like Team Fortress is another example of a free game.
Yep.
Has a huge community still with I don't even know if that has microtransactions. I think it does.
And we're talking about a Tom Clancy game. If we were talking about like a Call of Duty or something that you knew a bunch of people were going to buy into, that's one thing. But like a Tom Clancy game, which granted it has its hardcore followers, it doesn't have the prestige that like one of the AAA heavy hitters has. So yeah, I mean, I kind of agree with them in that sense for sure.
Yeah.
I think the other thing that Siege is doing that's smart, and we talked about a little bit, was that they're going to give the maps to everybody for free.
Yeah, so you're not segmenting your player base.
That's another thing that I don't believe Battlefront's doing.
No, Battlefront.
You have to pay for everything
Yeah,
that comes out.
of course.
So I think that Siege is smart in doing that, and that's going to give it more legs too.
So
Yeah.
what does the season pass get you then?
I went over all that, Corey.
No, I know, but if it's not maps,
New classes and
Yeah.
weapon skins and
It's
stuff.
basically weapon skins, R6 credits, and early access to the maps and operators.
Yeah.
I don't see. You know how I was talking about how you have to unlock the operators with renown?
yeah.
I don't know if you buy the season pass that you just get those operators when they
or
come
get
out.
access to them eventually and unlock.
Yeah, I don't know if they're just unlocked and usable for you, and you don't have to use renown to unlock them like
Yeah.
everybody else will have to. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
That would make sense to me.
Yeah.
Like if you're paying another $30, I feel like they should just give those operators to you,
characters to
not
you, yeah.
have to unlock them.
Yeah, definitely.
Because that does get to be a bit much for me. But again, I suck. So.
Yeah. And I don't even mean I don't even know if I'm necessarily arguing that like Battlefront should have been free, but $60 shouldn't have been $60. I would have paid $30 for it probably. $30.
It's already on sale for $30.
I know.
That
That's-
could have been. I mean, that could have been their plan: is get all those people who are going to buy it to pay $60, and then just drop the price shortly after to get more people
Yeah,
into the game.
that's rotten.
Greasy.
That's business.
It's business. You're right.
What's more interesting to me is how Overwatch is going to be $60, and I think, like I was saying before, that's where. What?
It's gonna be 40.
Oh, I thought it was 60.
No, it's
No,
40.
they have a $60 version, but it's
Well, anyway, at least a higher price, and I think that's where Nathan Grayson's argument kind of falls apart. And what I was pointing out a little bit earlier is how like developers and games with prestige like that will get enough people in and playing, and the community will remain active so long as the game is good.
well, I know for me that put me out of. I don't care about Overwatch anymore. I don't think I'm gonna spend $40 on it.
Really?
I would have played it if it was free because I don't like multiplayer games really.
Yeah.
Like I would have played it for a month like I always do and then move on to the next thing. If it was free, I might play for a little longer, or I might have only played for a month. But at least this way, I save my $40. You know.
Well, they don't want you anyway, then, Dan.
Well, no, because
Buzz off.
Blizzard. But
I'm still in.
Yeah.
Oh,
me
yeah.
too.
But, Will, did you have any thoughts from your 15 minutes?
Other than the shooting feeling weird,
Were you
not
into the
really.
situations at all, or?
I mean, I only did one, so it was really
Oh.
hard to. And it was just like I killed everybody and moved on.
That's the first one you just go in and kill.
Yeah, so I mean, I can see myself really liking this game, but like if I'm playing with like you,
Yeah,
I
we
don't.
definitely should.
Yeah, no. Starting Friday next week, I'm like pretty much done.
All right, cool. Maybe
So-
I can get Alex to get it too.
Yeah,
Because
definitely.
we definitely should, and we could stream it. That'd be so fun. So fun.
And I plan on playing a lot of video games during my break.
That a
so,
boy.
to catch up.
your hiatus.
Let's
from school.
definitely do that then.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Cool.
How do you feel about full price multiplayer games, Will? As someone that owns Evolve, although you got that from one of your friends bought that for you, right? Or did you pay for it?
I got that for free.
Okay.
I would not have bought it otherwise
Okay.
because the DLC situation with that was a little ridiculous. But yeah, I don't know. I kind of agree with you guys. I mean, $40 in my opinion is like the best price point for multiplayer only games because if there's no single player to it, I don't have the time to play the multiplayer games online to be really good and want to keep playing it. and I get bad and I get frustrated, so I stop playing. So I don't really get the $60 worth out of it.
Yeah.
So that's just how I am personally at this point.
Okay.
I hear that.
I'm the same way. Okay.
But I also do
Let me
realize
just-
that developers need to make the money. So I mean,
Well, right, but I mean, I guess Grayson's point was that they might end up making more money if they release their game for free.
Microtransactions.
Free with microtransactions. You have more players to start with.
yeah,
The amount of money that Heroes of the Storm got from me was probably pretty obscene.
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. That's true.
And I know they're afraid to do that because a lot of their pre-orders are a big thing with the industry, so they can kind of gauge what their sales are going to be like. So
The only reason I pre-order anymore is because I get $10
yeah,
gift certificates at
Yeah,
Best Buy.
Best Buy, yeah, yeah. So
Otherwise, there's no reason to. As Corey said, have you ever gone and they were sold out?
that doesn't happen
Not anymore. Or and if they are, just get it digitally.
Yeah,
Or go to the other store.
Yeah, go to the
to
other
another
store
store.
around the corner.
That's what did I go? I went to buy. What did I go to buy at GameStop? And they're like, nope, only for pre-orders. So I walked right down to Best Buy, which was next door, and
oh yeah,
got
those.
what I wanted there. Was it Monster Hunter? Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
Someone will have it.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Any other thoughts?
No, that's it, Dan.
Rainbow Six Siege. Okay.
Yeah.
We'll take a quick break and be back with Nibblebits and our weeks in just a minute. And all right.
I'll be right back. Good job,
Keep-
Eric.
Yeah.
Thanks, bruh.
that was
Excellent.
comprehensive.
See what happens when I put a little effort in? Didn't take me long to get all that stuff. I just Googled a few different things and found the best that I liked. So.
Yeah. Oh, that was good.
It's so fun. Like, it's so fun, but
See, I like watching it. I don't think I
Yeah.
would like playing it very
It's
much,
frustrating.
especially if people were giving me a hard time because I don't really play that type of
I
game.
haven't really gotten a hard time. The
Yeah.
two, I definitely could have gotten into it with these guys, but I chose not to.
Right.
I chose to take the high road.
Good. Nice.
You're maturing, Eric.
Yeah. These guys most certainly were not maturing.
I want to punch people like that.
It's just, I don't know. That's frustrating. But, man, when you find a good group.
Yeah. Well, like I said, that would have been a fun game to play in one of our basement
God.
LAN parties.
That would have been so fun.
Because you would set TVs up in opposite rooms so you
Yep.
couldn't read other people or know other people's strategies and stuff.
Oh, good. Alex said he was home last weekend or something, and he went into the closet and saw his PS4 sitting there waiting for him.
Nice.
Attaboy.
Yeah.
We're gonna play Diablo too, right?
Oh, God, yeah.
Sweet.
God, yeah. I told him to make sure he put $30 aside for Rocket League, too.
Is it 30? Was it with all the DLC?
With the DLC.
I've got to get the DLC for Rocket League.
I bought one or two of them on PC.
Yeah. I'll probably wait till we get our tax return. I'll buy it.
I thought when you showed me that they were releasing Simpsons DLC.
No, that because they met the article. It was a Destructoid article, and they were talking about the Simpsons, the South Park episode that the Simpsons already did it. You could pretty much imagine anything, and the Simpsons have
Yeah.
probably done an episode on it. Even car soccer,
Yeah.
however long ago, 20 years or whatever. That would have been cool though. Simpsons DLC for
You could tell me they were releasing any DLC for that game. I'd be
Yeah.
like, oh, fuck, sweet.
Yeah. Even
Anything. Pretty Little Liars DLC.
I was gonna go a reality TV show, a really bad reality
Kim
TV
My
show.
kind of
Kardashians.
DLC.
The Kardashians.
Keeping
Pretty
up
Little Liars starts back up on my birthday, but
Oh, sweet.
I've jettisoned the show, so
Oh, that's right. They didn't go the way you were looking for.
wasn't that? It was just the way they did it.
I'm getting sick, Will.
Sick.
Yeah, Christy's been sick, and I feel it coming.
Uh-oh.
Stay
I
away.
thought
From
I
me.
escaped it. I don't think I did.
You never really do escape it.
No, that's true.
Once Max starts school, I've been sick like 3 times.
There you go. I'm pounding some emergency. If I have any.
I used to, when I felt like I was getting sick, I would suck down those vitamin C cough drops. That helped pretty well.
Yeah.
It never completely got rid of my cold, but then usually, like, if I have a cold, it lasts for like a week. It only lasts for like 2 days.
Yeah.
So, shall we?
Yeah.
You ready, Corey?
I guess.
Okay. Here we go.
What about me?
I know. I can see you're ready, Will.
See it. See it in your grin.
My goofy grin.
Ugh.
All right, here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Welcome back, everybody. Episode 229 of the Thumbstick Athletes podcast. We are now in our Nilbit segment. I'm going to go first, I think. I don't think I usually go first, do I?
Never.
Hit it, Dan.
This is the first time in 229 episodes.
It may very well be. 2 quick ones. These are both on the upcoming VR headsets. The Valve and HTC partnered headset, known as the Vive, will be commercially available in April 2016. No word yet on cost. Everyone seems to think it's going to be around $300 for these headsets. So, April, set your calendar
For the Vive.
for the Vive. Yep, that's
Vive.
the HTC Vive or Vive. I don't know. I don't think I've ever heard it pronounced.
What is
Vive.
that for? Exactly. Is that for PC?
Computers, yeah.
Okay.
It's the same as Oculus Rift.
Okay.
A lot of people think that they're not going to have like proprietary software for the most part, that any game that works with VR will work with either headset.
Right.
Apparently.
Vive,
Vive.
according to GameSpot.
Okay, Vive. The Vive. So yeah, that's April. And then my other nibble bit is the Oculus Rift will come with one of the better VR games, apparently, from what I've heard. E-Valkyrie, bundled, along with the Xbox One controller. So Corey, when you get your Oculus Rift, it's going to come with E-Valkyrie.
I think
And
that the Oculus Rift dream is dead, Dan.
Pipe
Darn
dream.
it.
Just a silly pipe dream. It was just
Yeah,
a
I don't
dreamy
think
child.
I don't think I'm going to be an early adopter. I think I'm going to wait.
Someone here is going to be an early adopter.
Are you?
Not for
Eric.
Oh, okay.
What?
Oh, I thought you were going to be the early adopter.
I am. PlayStation
Sure.
VR. Day one.
Oh, yeah, Morpheus or whatever it's called now.
PlayStation, VR.
now.
That's silly.
Should have just left it at Morpheus.
I like
that's way
Morpheus.
cooler.
Morpheus is a cool name.
Yeah. I'm in.
So that's my VR news. That's supposed to come out. They're all supposed to come out in the
Next year.
first half of next year.
Yeah.
So I'm sure we'll hear pricing details before then. But I anticipate they'll all cost about the same. So that's my nibble bits. Corey, what do you got for nibble bits?
It finally happened. Final Fantasy VI is out on Steam
Yeah.
December 16th. I tried to track down a price, but I couldn't find one. I assume it'll be 10 or 15.
16.
16 bucks?
Yep. Green Man Gaming already has it though, so if you use your 20% off, I think it comes to like 12 something, 12.40,
Oh boy.
whatever. Because I was
Isn't
gonna
it
buy
a shitty version though? Did I read that?
it's the mobile version with the updated graphics, updated.
Okay.
It's shitty because people don't like the updated sprites.
I don't. I'll admit that I don't.
remember you saying
I
that.
prefer the classic sprites, but
I think you guys are crazy.
Yeah, don't include me in that, Corey. I'm not one of those guys that plays that game.
yeah, Eric's indifferent to the whole thing.
I give a
read-
shit what it looks like.
One of the quotes called it hideous. I would not. Would you go that far, Dan, to call
No,
it hideous?
No.
I would.
I wouldn't call it hideous. I just don't like it. Didn't need to be changed. You know.
Yeah, why did they?
I don't know. It's definitely clear, and you can like see facial expressions and stuff. So maybe there was that, but I don't know.
Gotcha.
It didn't need to
I
be
like
changed.
it. I think a lot of characters benefited from it. Some stayed the same, in my opinion. But
Who benefited from it?
Kafka.
Kafka definitely.
Setzer Gabbiani looks
Okay.
cooler. Cyan looks less like a
Old man?
less like a no. He looks less like an Italian samurai.
Mobster?
I guess would be the best way to describe
I mean,
it.
samurai.
Emperor Gestalt doesn't look like a dog. He looks like
Yeah.
a person, like he's supposed to.
Yeah, but then some characters just kind of look the same, which is fine.
Yeah.
But
Like Sabin.
whatever.
I'm still gonna buy it. Don't get me wrong.
Oh, good. You're gonna buy it?
Oh yeah, of course. You kidding me? I don't know when, but I will buy it.
I'm at the floating continent on my mobile playthrough right now.
I can't play it on mobile anymore. It just doesn't work very well.
God, you guys make me sick.
Moving along, PlayStation Now is down to $100 for 12 months of games streaming. That equals $8 a month, which I think is a good price point because it's right in the Netflix, Spotify wheelhouse. That seems to be the number that people put on their monthly media consumption. If I had a PlayStation, I don't know. The article that I read from Engadget suggested no matter what you do the 7-day free trial first.
Yeah, and see if,
see if your internet can handle it.
See if your internet connection's fast enough.
Right, because the logistics of it may or may not work for you, and also, if there's absolutely no games in there you want to play, then it might not be worth it. But they did just add this week. They added a bunch of Warner Brothers games, like the Lego games and Batman games, and they had the big Namco. They added like a month ago. Bunch of games. They added like 105 new games.
Yeah, there's some good stuff on there. Definitely some stuff that I missed that I wouldn't mind playing.
Yeah. And people were complaining like $8 a month to play a game you don't even own. I'm like, how many people do that with Netflix?
Yeah.
To watch a movie they don't own.
The bitching from video gamers is out of hand.
I can't handle it.
It's actually on a lot of other Sony devices too. Our Blu-ray player is starting to crap the bed, so we're going to get a new Blu-ray player before too long. And the Sony Blu-ray player that I picked out actually has PlayStation Now on it.
It's on a lot of TVs.
Yep, it's on TVs. I can only imagine it'll be available on mobile devices before too long. So
that's great.
Yeah.
And I assume those TVs that are PlayStation Now ready you can just plug a DualShock into, right?
Yeah, I don't know that you need to plug it in. They're Bluetooth. So
that's pretty awesome.
That is awesome. What a good sales pitch too for guy that used to play video games all the time and now has a lot of money to throw around and doesn't really play video games and buying a TV at Best Buy. Yeah,
you got $100.
You can play.
You can play these old games that you probably used to play.
Yeah, back in the day.
For $8 a month, you get 250 of these video games, and all you need is a controller. So that's cool. My last one, Dark Souls 3, is out April 12th.
I gotta make a list of the games that I'm gonna get next year. There's a lot of them.
Me too.
Damn.
Next year's looking good.
Yeah, it is.
Are you gonna get that on Steam, Dan?
Of course. What else would I buy it on? It's not coming to the Wii U.
You freeloader.
I don't care. It's fine.
Will and I are splitting it digitally.
Nice.
Yeah.
Every game from now on.
Yep.
Nice. That's all.
Okay. What do you got, Will?
All future Overwatch heroes and maps will be free for all the players. Now, this was a big thing when people were going to buy the game. Since it's going to be a $40 game, or $60 depending on which version you buy, a lot of people were worried that Blizzard was going to have a lot of DLC and have it be paid. But they came out in a blog post saying that everything that they add post-release is going to be free for all the players, which is good because a lot of people were really worried about that.
Does that mean they're not going to have expansions?
Who knows?
Or is it just... Yeah, I think the ad is going to be free, from then on.
I don't know how expansions would work because there's not really, like, a main story component.
Just like Heroes, right? Where they add a map here and there and new heroes characters.
That's kind of the impression I got. Who knows what their plans are for this game because they do say there is some sort of, like, story component to it.
It just seems weird to me. I don't know.
Yeah.
Doesn't it seem weird, a $40 game, that everything's going to be free after you buy it? It just seems weird. It doesn't seem very Blizzard Activision to me.
Maybe there's something behind it that's going to be shady.
I don't know. I'm not saying shady. I just can't imagine that they wouldn't put out some sort of expansion that you have to pay for.
Oh, I bet they will. Diablo.
Yeah, that's my thought.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's a single player game. This isn't.
Yeah.
Can I ask what comes in the $60 package?
Yeah.
It's a lot of skins and a couple other weird
experience
stuff.
boosters.
I like skins.
I do too. I wish more games would be like less expensive and have that sort of stuff in it,
I agree.
Because
I'd pay for it.
Yeah. I have no problem buying skins.
I bought
for
skins
things.
and Heroes of the Storm damn near every week.
I didn't, but only because I knew I wasn't going to play it for very long.
Eric, it's a good thing you weren't playing during the 2-week 50% sale.
I know. I would have bought everything.
I didn't turn the game on during that time.
Oh, smart.
Yeah.
I would have finally had my Nazebra.
The zebra. Forgot about that.
Don't ever forget Nazebra.
Never forget. And my last nibble bit is something that me and Dan probably only care about, but Bravely Second End Layer got a February 26th release date in Europe, which means around then it'll be coming to the US.
Yeah.
So that's exciting. I can't wait to play that.
I'm excited for that too.
Is that going to be day one for you, Dan?
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, because they apparently improved upon the one thing I didn't like about the game, which was the grindy second half.
Oh God,
incredibly grindy second half. I don't mind a little grinding; it's fine. But that was just
20+ hours of it.
By any standard is ridiculous grinding.
Strip club night grinding.
I would like to see Eric try to play through that grinding.
Played that game, remember?
Yeah, but you got... How far did you get?
Till I had enough of the grind.
Oh, that's nothing.
About 20 hours.
That's nothing. I think it took me 77 hours to beat Bravely Default.
Fuck that.
It was all
I could never
3DS.
play a game like that for any more than 30 hours, I don't think.
It hurt my hands. That was on my old, smaller 3DS. The bigger one's a little bit easier to handle, which is nice.
Isn't Fire Emblem coming around that time too, Dan?
It's early in the year. I hope it's not at the same time. I hope it's at least March.
I'm about to find out.
Yeah, I don't know if they have
release
release
at a time.
So, okay.
Yeah.
Anything else, Will?
No, that's all I had.
Alrighty. What do you got, Eric?
I got two, Dan.
Nibbly bits.
Well, I got two, and then I got some coverage. The two nibble bits that I had specifically tweeted. Witcher 3 dev CD Projekt Red, their next game, Cyberpunk 2077, is apparently coming out next year.
Yeah, that's been the rumor floating around.
That's
yeah. Do you know what this game's about?
Yeah, it's based on it's a Cyberpunk game. Obviously, it's based on the pen and paper series Cyberpunk.
I have no idea what that is.
Yeah, I never played it, but I was familiar with it back in the day. I bet you can guess which friend of ours was into it.
The Legend of Graham.
Yeah. Yep.
Wow.
I never got to play it with
It's
him.
kind of like a cyberpunky game, right?
Yeah, it's like kind of cyberpunky, kind of cyber, kind of punky.
I got you.
2077. Apparently, it's supposed to be a pretty open world game and hopefully like kind of deep RPG elements.
Sure.
That's exciting.
Cool. And my second one, Destiny's future, immediate future, starting next year, 2016, is not paid expansions in the large form, but now microtransaction-based events, which they didn't really expand upon what that's going to be. But I thought that sucked.
That sounds sucky.
Doesn't that sound shitty?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, I don't know where I read this, but one of the game journalists I follow said that there was a little bit of a difference in long-term strategy between Bungie and Activision.
Okay.
Activision wanted a revenue stream game, whereas Bungie wanted to just make a game. A revenue stream game is like a MMORPG that you get subscription for.
Mm-hmm.
So that Bungie, because Activision is the one doing the game, I guess that they kind of started leaning in that direction. So
I don't know. I don't think this bodes well for Destiny, but I guess we'll see what happens and what they're gonna add.
Yeah.
All right. So we want to go over some of the Game Awards stuff.
Yeah.
And some of the PlayStation Experience stuff. Let's start with the Game Awards since that was first anyway. Let's go over the list of winners before we talk about some of the news.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's some good news that came out of that.
Okay, here's the winners. All right, best family game went to Corey's favorite, Super Mario Maker.
Huh?
I could see that. Dan, did you ever sit down with the children's and maybe the son?
No.
Put some blocks on the screen? No?
I never thought of that.
Okay. Best fighting game, Mortal Kombat X.
Mhm.
Best multiplayer game, Splatoon. A lot of people were peeved about that one. I wasn't.
No, I really like Splatoon. But it's probably the people that didn't play Splatoon.
It's way better than
Yeah.
Call of Duty
Oh yeah, it's different.
or Battlefront
It's different.
or any
yeah.
of them.
Was Battlefront even nominated? I hope it was.
I don't remember. This
I
doesn't.
don't think it was.
I don't remember the nominees.
Best mobile / handheld game, Lara Croft Go. Am I the only one that played that?
I think so.
Yeah.
It's good.
play
It's a
it.
good game. Esports Team of the Year, Optic Gaming. Who cares? Esports Player of the Year, Kenny S. Shrub from Counter-Strike. Esports Game of the Year, Counter-Strike Global Offensive. Most anticipated game went to No Man's Sky. Is that still anybody's most anticipated game?
No.
I don't know if I have a most anticipated game. I just look forward to games.
Yeah. Mine would probably be Dark Souls 3 at this point.
Attaboy, Dan. Corey,
Yeah.
shaking your head over there.
Nodding.
Will, do you have one?
Who?
You.
Most anticipated game for next year so far.
Do you have one?
I'd have to look.
Yeah, I'd like to see a list in front of me, but top of my head, I can't think of one. That
Maybe
I'm
Far
like,
Cry Primal.
There's a lot that
Oh,
I'm excited
yeah.
for, but not one specifically that I'm like, oh, fuck, cannot wait for that.
Yeah.
Best narrative was Her Story. I don't believe any of us played that.
No, I've heard nothing but
Not
good
yet.
things.
Trending Gamer went to Greg Miller, who I'm a big fan of, so I was happy to see that.
Yeah.
Best indie game, Rocket League. Easy pickings.
Stupid.
Shut up, Will. Best sports / racing game went to Rocket League also. Games for Impact. Well, I don't know what that means. I guess it's like games for change, right, Corey? Isn't that what?
Yeah. I think it's kind of like our ambassador game, maybe.
Yeah. Life is Strange was the winner, which is one that I do kind of want to get to before we do our awards.
Yeah. It's a big one.
Oh yeah, I do too.
Another one I've not really heard a bad thing about.
No, I haven't either. Best fan creation, Portal Stories by Mel.
Yeah, I've heard that's amazing.
I don't know anything about that.
Yeah.
Developer of the Year went to CD Projekt Red for The Witcher 3. Best art direction, Ori and the Blind Forest. Best action adventure game, Metal Gear 5. Best score and soundtrack, Metal Gear 5. Best performance to Viva, if that's pronounced correctly, Viva Seifert for Her Story. Game of the Year went to Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. Best role-playing game, Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. Best shooter, Splatoon. So,
Nice.
what did you guys think overall?
That's about what I would expect. There's not really any surprises in there, I didn't think.
Doesn't much matter.
No.
It's just kind of cool that they have it.
Yeah.
Respect Keeley for that.
Yeah, there was a couple things that came out of that. Did you want to
Oh,
talk
I
about
got
Grid?
that.
Okay.
So they did some Uncharted, but jank. Walking Dead, Telltale released their new Walking Dead. Well, they didn't release it. They showed what it's going to be. It's based on Michonne, who I believe is a character in there already, correct?
She sure is.
Yeah.
All right, Michonne. First episode premieres February 2016. I believe that's only a 3-part story, from what I heard.
Hopefully they adjust the price accordingly.
Keeley mentioned how Konami prevented Kojima from coming to the awards.
Yeah, that was one of the
Threw them right under the bus.
big things that came out of that.
Corey, did you happen to see that?
I heard
You
about
did-
it, though. I read about it.
It was awesome.
Oh, man, he called him right out.
Yeah.
It was great. You know what? He was classy about it.
He was.
He's just like, here's what happened.
Yep.
There you go.
That was great.
Rocket League has been announced for Xbox One in February 2016. I'm actually really excited about this, and I wasn't at first until I remembered that my buddy Jeff has an Xbox One, and I cannot wait to play this with him because he's the dude that loves soccer and that I play FIFA with. We're going to play the shit out of that. They had a tribute to Satoru Iwata. New Quantum Break trailer that looked pretty cool. That actually might be my most anticipated game. I'm really
Break.
excited for Quantum Break. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's looked really cool every time I've seen it. Debut trailer for Psychonauts 2, which is being crowdfunded
Yeah.
through Fig. So if you're interested in Psychonauts, did any of us play Psychonauts?
No,
I did.
on Steam, and I'll play it at some point.
What is it?
It's a platform. It's kind of like a Banjo-Kazooie kind of game.
Okay.
Double Fine.
Okay.
Double Fine game.
New Far Cry Primal trailer that looks fucking awesome.
Yeah.
I
did watch that part,
it. Okay.
yeah.
Corey, did you see it?
Mm-mm.
Oh, baby. You can kind of tame wild animals like bears or tigers or whatever, and they fight with you. It looks
cool.
awesome.
That's
Yeah.
cool.
A new Batman game coming from Telltale. I'm interested in that.
Yeah.
I'm a Batman fan. It's really the only way that Telltale can get me is if they
We talked. Did we talk
yeah.
about this last week? If they,
was it off air.
it
Though?
might have been off air.
Yeah.
Is if they pick the right universe for you
Exactly, which they have.
or right intellectual property, I guess.
They showed the first story-based DLC for Rise of the Tomb Raider called Baba Yaga, Temple of the Witch, which I actually read a little bit about, or I don't know if I read it or watched it in a video, but I guess that's based off of like I want to say it's like a Polish wives' tale or something like that.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it's something cool like that. I can't remember exactly what it was, but it was something really neat like that. It's like supernatural spirits and shit like that, and somewhere like in Eastern Europe or something
Okay.
like that.
Oh, neat.
Shaq Fu sequel was announced, which is weird. I don't know. Nobody's interested in that, clearly.
Hey, the first Shaq Fu was awesome.
Yeah, but we were also children.
That's true.
Let's see. I don't know as if I remember anything else being worth anything.
Greg Miller's acceptance speech for
His
Trendy
speech
Gamer.
was really good.
I one of the things he did that I really liked was he picked out a specific name at the end of it was a environment designer, I think, for Rise of the Tomb Raider,
yes.
and thanked her and thanked all the hardworking men and women who make our video games for us. We can be ungrateful at times as gamers, but
That's for damn sure.
No.
but we do appreciate your hard work that goes into making our games. Was the gist of his speech. He said it a lot better than I did. I just did, but I thought it was a nice moment.
I did too.
It was very, very well done.
He's a good dude. And then Dead Mouse performed at the end, and it just was awful.
Yeah, I agree.
No energy.
Then he played it off as if he didn't try.
But why? Why would you do that?
I don't know. Because
Bullshit.
he's a d-bag. I don't know.
Dead Mouse. All right, on to PlayStation Experience. Did anybody actually watch any of this? I wanted to, but I was at work. So they started off with Uncharted 4, and I guess the big thing with this, it looks kind of like what they showed is going to be the beginning opening cinematics for the game. It shows Nathan Drake and his brother being reunited. But I guess the biggest thing that came out of that is that you're going to have dialogue branch choices, which has never been a part of Uncharted. Who knows how big of an impact they'll make in the game. I don't imagine it will be much from playing them.
Right.
Then they went to Final Fantasy VII Remake, which we saw some footage from. I was really surprised that they had anything to show
Yeah.
for that. What do you think of the way that stuff looked?
It looks cool.
Yeah, it does.
Who knows ultimately when it comes out?
Corey?
but-
Well, we saw, what was it, the Last Guardian footage like 8 years ago, you know?
Well, we need to talk about this a little further, I feel
Yeah.
like, because now the time to do that.
Drop the bomb. Let's hear it.
Yeah.
So then after, they didn't announce this during the press conference, but afterwards it came out, and I believe it was a Giant Beast or Giant Bomb I was listening to. I think they were talking about how a press release was kind of put out there to people, kind of whisper, oh, by the way, this is going to be split up into different parts. Not necessarily episodic. From what I gathered, it sounds more like a Final Fantasy 10, 10-2 kind of thing, or 13, 13-2, or whatever that they like to do. And they justify this by saying that the game is too big, and it's, I don't know if it's too big to fit on a disc or what. It's just too big or too much. So what do you guys think of that? You're the Final Fantasy guys.
Well, here's what I think happened. I told you guys, but I'll talk about it on air. What I think happened was this game's a long way from being done, I think. And I think what they want to do is they want to get the beginning of the game done and release it. So
By beginning, for people that don't know Final Fantasy
VII was split up into 3 discs when it came out. So I would assume that they'll have that kind of cut off.
So Podcast Beyond speculated that they think that the first game that's released, the first section that's released, is going to be Midgar, and the end is going to be you leaving Midgar. And the next disc will pick up from there.
Okay.
Like a 15 to 20 hour first disc.
Yeah. See, I don't remember how long it took me for any of that stuff, but
I haven't the foggiest context for that.
No, I just think that's a way for them to speed it up to release, because I think
That's what they said,
I think they realized that if they had waited until the game was all done, it would be 3 years from now, 4 years from now. So that's what I think happened.
So how do you feel about that?
I don't believe that it's too big. It's just going to take them a long time.
Yeah,
that's all. I don't know. I'll wait till it's all out, and then I'll judge. But I don't buy those
Game of the Decade edition.
Yeah, whatever. Like even the Telltale games, like I don't buy them before they're done. I don't want to. I don't want that to be how games are developed now, released in pieces like that. So I'll wait till it's all done, and buy it all at once. So Corey, what's your thought?
Yeah, it's kind of. I mean, I'm fine with it.
I should say I don't like it, but
I hope it's good. I guess is the best way to look at it. But like I said about what other game were we talking about for remakes? But anyway, no matter what, we'll still have the Final Fantasy VII we know and love.
Yeah.
If they butcher it, then they butcher it. But I hope they don't, and I hope it's really awesome, and I hope it pays tribute to that game and modernizes it. And
I'm glad that you said that, Corey, because I don't remember what podcast I was listening to, but obviously they've all been talking about this, and whoever it was kind of said what Corey said. Like, if you want to play regular Final Fantasy VII, you absolutely can.
Yep,
it's on.
Steam.
It's even on PS4 now,
Yep.
so you can play it there. So you should want them to kind of make something a little bit different.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And they're changing the battle system, as you've seen.
Yeah.
What was the other thing I was going to say? Can't remember. Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, at the same time, like like I understand, because I'm kind of like I don't care that much, but I understand like people are getting really upset about this stuff, which I get, because I feel like if this is a game that you played like during your formative years, I mean, think of your favorite TV show or whatever. If they remade it and butchered it by adding all these modern things to it and like essentially ruined it for you, like, you know, you wouldn't be happy about that. So I get why people are getting upset about it.
I do and I don't.
Yeah, but
how does I mean,
It doesn't
yeah.
should affect you. Like, you still have that memory of the game you loved as a kid. Just don't play the new one.
Well, right, but you also don't want the memory of your game like bastardized by modern gaming business
don't play
practices. Well, I know, but it's still there, and you're going to be made aware of it. It's like a show, or like a lot of people are upset with the modern Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles remakes because it just bastardized what. Well, that I'm just saying. I get, like, if that's what you played in your formative years, and that may be the only game you owned for years and played for years, you don't want to see changes made to it.
I don't know.
I get that.
I don't buy that. I don't get it.
I mean,
The other thing I was going to say. Go ahead, Will.
Dan is right, because you can't use the logic of just don't play it, because people
you
are
can't
still
use
going to get it.
logic, period.
Yeah, with that, because
We'll
gamers,
freak out about everything.
this is precious to gamers, so they're going to freak out regardless.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
No,
'Cause I don't really
I guess
care
I just
either.
don't get excited about stuff like that. I just don't care. But the other thing I was going to say, and Will had actually expressed his concerns about them changing the story, which I guess they're not changing the story necessarily. They're expanding on it and kind of adding to it. They're not necessarily taking away anything.
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel about that?
That's exactly what I want. I want them to explore that stuff a little bit, like those.
Like that about you, Corey.
Yeah, it's playing it. I want a new experience. I want it to pay tribute to the old one, and I want to recognize a lot of stuff from the old one. But I also want a new experience. I don't want to play exactly the same thing that just looks nicer.
Sure.
Why don't they make a sequel then, or a game that runs parallel to the older game?
Yeah, I mean that's fine too. But
like, if you change it enough, it's essentially not.
I'll tell you
Final Fantasy
exactly
VII.
why they're not, Dan. It's because when I don't know what event it was, but PlayStation showed like Final Fantasy VII, whatever, coming to PS4, and people thought that it was a remake, and people freaked out. It wasn't.
Yeah.
That's why they're doing it.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, you want a new perspective on Final Fantasy VII. It's just like movie remakes. You go
Which
back
I don't
to like
Dumb and
by the
Dumber.
way.
I always bring up Dumb and Dumber.
Yeah.
Leave it.
Yeah, some of them are good though. Some of them are bad. You take like a Shakespeare play and look at the way a director like Baz Luhrmann takes a Shakespearean play and puts his own kind of unique spin on it. That's a little extreme, I think, for Final Fantasy VII. I wouldn't want to see like Final Fantasy VII set in modern times. That would be kind of weird.
Yeah, I mean, there's a fine line between bringing it into the modern age and ruining it. It's a fine line, especially when you're talking about something as precious to people as Final Fantasy VII.
I guess I just can't relate to that sentiment because I'll keep going back to it. If they ruin it, so what? I still have Final Fantasy VII that I can go back and play, and I can, whenever it comes up, I can say, oh, just make sure you play the original.
Right.
Kind of.
This game is destined for a 5 or below Metacritic, regardless.
Oh my
user
god!
score?
Yeah.
I think you're right about that.
Oh yeah, user score Metacritic is devastating.
When they announced that they were going to come
it-
out in episodes, people lost their minds.
Yeah.
It was unbelievable.
Yeah.
I mean,
The other thing about this that I heard actually today on Podcast Beyond is I guess it kind of looks like each of the parts of the game might be worked on by different studios.
That's a bad idea.
Which that
Yeah.
sounds shitty.
yeah, because that for me that sort of it doesn't necessarily ruin it, but it takes away from that like one unique vision
Yeah.
of like one auteur, like one director taking the
Exactly.
game and.
That's
and
what
running
happened
with
with Deus Ex, and that's why the boss battles felt so out of place. in the
Exactly,
game, because
yep.
a different studio developed them. So if you didn't make a combat-heavy character, you got to those battles and you had no idea what to do
it. Yeah.
because it wasn't the same.
It could also work really well. It could be really
Yeah.
interesting. We don't know until we see it.
Yeah.
It's going to be one of those hindsight's 2020 things.
How much you want to pay for each of these?
I don't want to pay
man.
more than $60 altogether. Yeah. If it comes, like I said, I'm not going to even worry about
Well,
it.
you'll
until,
get the $60 game of the decade.
Yeah, I'll
That's
buy it
like-
once it all comes out. Like I said, even with the Telltale games, I don't buy until after. Life is Strange is the same thing. Like I wasn't even going to bother thinking about it until it was all out and I could play the complete series. Because I don't like
It's a cock tease.
Yeah, exactly. I don't like it was with Broken Age. I bought and I played the first half, and then when the second half came out, like I haven't played it because I just didn't.
Lost context
Exactly.
for you, and it's like, well,
exactly. I'm not going to go back and play the first half.
it's
again.
like me stopping playing Bloodborne as much as I like that game.
Yeah.
You just, it's at some point,
it's out of your brain.
Yeah, you can't. You just can't go. You either have to restart or
Yeah.
just say, all right, fuck it.
Yeah. So
I can
same way with Telltale. Go
I
ahead,
can
Will.
sit here and say that I'm gonna wait until it's all released. But as somebody who really liked what they saw in the
Well,
combat and everything, I'm
We're
probably
just
not gonna
split it
wait.
day one.
Yeah, that's probably what's gonna end up happening, and I'm gonna be really mad when I have to wait 2 more years for the next part.
I want to play it. I mean, I'm not a Final Fantasy fan, as you guys know, but part of that is I don't like going back and playing old games. I just,
Some
well,
of them don't hold up.
especially
really
because
don't.
I have no connection with these games.
Yeah.
So like to go back and muscle through something like that is just not going to happen for me. But if it's updated and kind of more of a modern game,
Yeah.
I'm far more likely to give it a whirl.
A lot of people talked about going back and playing Final Fantasy VII. One of the things they added on to their remade versions is random encounter toggle, so you can turn it off. Like if you just want to move through the story, you can do that without.
But would you be
without
underleveled?
You can be, but what they said was if you get to a part that's hard for you, then you just do some grinding in that
grinding,
one
yeah.
little spot rather than because you do a lot of just random running around and you're
Yeah.
fighting stuff that's way below your level, not really getting much experience for it. So you could turn the random encounters either way down or off while you're running around in the newbie areas or whatever doing an errand.
Yeah.
So that helps the experience a lot.
Fair
Just
enough.
equip the Moogle charm and be done with it.
Is that in Final Fantasy VII?
No.
That's Final Fantasy VI, right?
Yeah. I think there is a materia though that reduces random battle.
Reduces random encounters. I think you're right. It's been a while since I played FF7, but
All right. So that's our thoughts on that.
yeah.
Then they went to Call of Duty. Who cares?
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah. I got a thing to pre-order Battleborn on Green Man Gaming. Like, meh. Good.
Pretty sure that's most people's reaction. Then they showed the last character that's coming with base Street Fighter V, whose name is Fang, Fang, with a period in between each of them. I don't know what it stands for. Did anybody watch this?
Mm-mm.
He's a fucking goofy ass character. I don't think he really fits in with Street Fighter,
Yeah.
but I also don't really care.
Right. I haven't played Street Fighter since like Street Fighter 2 Turbo. I played briefly.
I always want. It's like it's the same thing with racing games with me. I want to get into them, and I've actually managed to do that recently. But with fighting games, I've never found one that I just couldn't stop playing.
Yeah.
But damn it, I buy them, and then I trade them in.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's hard to justify a fighting game playing by yourself for $60.
It is, and like I just get my ass kicked if I go online. So whatever. Then they showed off Dead Star. It's kind of an indie looking game. They showed an Adult Swim 6-game package coming to PS4. Day of the Tentacle remastered, which I believe is from the same people that did. It's an adventure game, Grim Fandango.
Oh,
I think it's from the same people. I'm not real sure. I'm not an adventure game guy, as people that listen to us know. Don't Starve Together is coming to console. I can't believe stuff's still coming out for that game.
yeah.
How long has that been out?
3 years?
Three.
And they just put early access up on Steam for
The
the
Shipwrecked.
Yeah, Shipwrecked.
Yeah.
This is a great game, though.
Yeah. Sure
Yakuza 0 coming to PS4. A lot of people are into the Yakuza thing. I have no idea what it is, really.
I played one of the Yakuzas back in the day.
Yeah.
I don't remember much about it, though.
It's like a action brawler, right?
Yeah, kind of.
Okay. Well, Yakuza 0 is coming to PS4. Some people seem to be excited about it. Let's see. I wanted to talk a little bit about what they showed for VR, because that seems kind of cool to me. All right, so here's Rez is the game that most people were really excited about. I don't really know what it is. I watched videos for Modern Zombie Taxi Company. That looks really stupid. I would never play that game. You just kind of sit in this taxi with these cartoony looking zombies, and I don't know, it's kind of goofy. Eagle Flight VR. This is exactly what it sounds like. You are an eagle and you fly around. Gollum looks kind of interesting. This is one that kind of piqued my interest. There's like a little girl and a golem, and I don't really know if she's controlling the golem or what it was, but I like the art style and it kind of looked interesting. 100-Foot Robot Golf was a VR game. It's exactly what that sounds like too. You're just giant robots and you play golf, and there's like huge buildings in your way that you can knock down. I don't know. That could be kind of fun. Ace Combat 7 was the one that looked cool to me.
Yeah,
that's what VR
game.
should be about, is piloting and racing. For me,
Yeah.
I think that sounds awesome.
It's the easiest leap to make.
Yeah, I think so. But the one, and literally the only one I didn't watch the video for was Rez, and that's apparently the one I should have watched. I don't know. That's the one that got everybody really excited, I guess. Then they announced Destiny Sparrow Racing League, so you can now race your Sparrow in Destiny if you want to do that. And then Ni no Kuni 2 was announced. That was really probably the biggest. I was pretty disappointed with PSX overall, but Ni no Kuni 2, I know, Corey, are you the only one that played Ni no Kuni?
I think.
Yeah. I didn't play it. I think I was the only other one that had the opportunity.
Did you like it?
I wasn't big on it, but it was one of those games where I could see the potential and looked forward to the second one.
Okay.
So we'll see.
All right. And the last thing they closed it out with, which is kind of weird, was a reveal of Paragon, which is a MOBA coming from Epic Games, and I think that looks pretty damn cool.
Yeah.
But I also am... I don't know if I'm a fan of MOBAs, but I liked Heroes of the Storm a lot, so maybe.
Yeah.
I'll definitely give it a try. That's it for PSX. Not really a ton of stuff that came out of there that was super exciting, which was a little disappointing. I don't know. Felt like it was built up a little more, at least for me, because I listen to a lot of PlayStation podcasts.
Oh, okay.
But I don't know. That's it.
Sounds good. How's your week, Eric?
Good. I had a couple of things I wanted to discuss. Pull up my notes here. I wanted to talk about something I watched because I know Corey watched it too. The Very Murray Christmas special on Netflix. The Bill Murray Christmas special. Corey, what did you think of it?
I thought it was extremely cute. I kind of just put it on like right before bed kind of thing, but I got really into it, and it really. I was expecting something a little bit different than what I got, but
what it was gonna be.
what I got was even better than what I was expecting. So I really enjoyed it. I thought it
I
was.
wasn't. I honestly had no idea what it was gonna be, and about halfway through, my fiance was like, because we decided we were gonna watch something Christmas related and have hot chocolate.
Uh-huh.
So I was like, oh, well,
Aw.
let's watch this. And, Corey said it was really good, so we'll watch it. And about halfway through, she's like, what is this? And I go, they're just singing Christmas carols.
Yeah.
It's some semi-famous people and a couple of really famous people just doing Christmas carols. That's it.
Nice.
Yep.
I liked it more than she did.
Yeah.
I didn't like it as much as you did, Corey, but I liked it. It was worth an hour.
Yep. I'm gonna add it to my. I have certain movies I watch around the holidays to get in the mood, the spirit of Christmas, and I'm gonna add this one because it's easy to watch. You can put it on. You got all the music. Bill Murray has a great lounge singing voice.
He does, actually.
Yeah. And with Paul Schaefer, I guess they used to. Was Paul Schaefer on SNL or something like that?
He was on Letterman.
Yeah.
Letterman. Okay. Well, I guess Paul Schaefer and Bill Murray used to perform together all the time. Which I wasn't aware of. It might have been before my time, but he's in that, and I don't know. It's just really classy, and even the Miley Cyrus bit. Like, I don't hate Miley Cyrus as much as most people.
I don't either. I don't care what. Well, it's more that I just don't care.
Yeah. I'm cool with her. She does her own thing, and that's fine. And I thought
Ugh.
her performance in
She's
this was.
skeevy. Let's not pass that by. Will's right when he gets the shivers.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
she owns it, you know.
She owns skeevy more than just about anybody.
Yeah.
You're right.
I really liked it, and that Pogues Fairy Tale in New York when they sing that one. Oh,
I love Pogues.
and they're all drinking shots and everything. That's
Okay,
good stuff.
I didn't know who the band was.
Yeah.
Okay, because I looked on IMDb for like the cast, and they didn't have the name of the band, and that was as far as I was willing to search. So
Pogues, huh?
Yeah, Jason Schwartzman.
Yeah.
I think it's the whole Phantom Planet group, right?
oh, is it?
I think so.
Okay.
What's his name? Oh, I can't remember that guy's name. Not gonna come to me right now. But yeah, there's a lot of really good cameos. Clooney's in
George
it.
Clooney.
And Maya Rudolph's bit is really good, where she
Which
sings.
one is she?
She's wearing the like sequin dress and she's standing in front of the mic like a speakeasy singer.
Yeah.
She's in
She's a good singer.
Bridesmaids.
Yeah, she's a good
Good
voice.
singer. I really liked the waitress.
Yeah, I wasn't. Oh, it's Nico Kate or Rilo Kiley.
She's a great singer.
Yeah.
Really good.
Yep, she's really good.
You know who I thought would have fit in very well in that? Zoe Deschanel.
Yeah. I was half expecting
actually-
to see her.
Yeah, no, it actually prompted me to go listen to her group, She and Him.
Mm-hmm.
They have a Christmas album, and it prompted me to listen to it all day at work the next day when I was writing the schedule.
Nice.
Perfect.
Yeah. But yeah, no, it was worth an hour for sure. Like, whatever. It's nothing fantastic, but it was good enough.
I always put on the Futurama Christmas episodes to get myself in the mood for Christmas.
Whenever I go to my in-laws for Christmas, myself, my fiance, and my sister-in-law are all big Office fans.
Uh-huh.
So my sister-in-law has the Office Christmas DVD.
Oh, nice.
So we always watch
Watch
that.
the Christmas
we watched
episodes.
it after Thanksgiving, actually.
Nice.
I go, well, it's about that time of year, isn't it?
Yeah.
The other thing I got back into, I won't talk too much about it because I already have before, but Workaholics. I finally watched through the entire thing. That show is so fucking underrated.
Great show.
Oh my god, is that funny?
Yeah.
Oh, God, I restarted watching it already.
Nice.
And I guess the new episodes start January.
I didn't even know they were still making new episodes.
That's what it says on Hulu.
Wow, that's cool.
It says, yeah, like before the show, it says Workaholics returning in January 2016.
Wow, nice.
God, it's so fucking funny.
Because that one guy's kind of popular now. He's on a bunch of different things.
Which
Adam.
one? Adam.
Adam.
Yeah, he's on Modern Family.
He's been in a few movies and stuff. I've seen him. Not lead roles, but
I think he's hilarious.
he's doing other things.
They all bring like something to
Yeah.
the table.
That's true.
He's the most normal looking guy though. Like Durs is kind of a doofus.
I love Durs. Oh God.
And the other guy, I mean, he looks like he belongs in a trailer park.
Yeah, he's just your stereotypical pothead.
Yeah.
You could tell they were friends like before the show, you know.
Yeah.
Were they actually?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yep.
Well, they have great chemistry.
I remember I first heard about the show on a Adam Carolla podcast like
He's a fan.
years ago. He just had them on.
Oh, okay.
It was great.
That episode where Adam does the bodybuilding competition. That's early, like season 1 or
Yeah.
maybe 2.
Like just the name Adam DeMamp, and he's. Did you see the one where they have the blood drive and the branch of Telemericorp that gets the most blood donated, like Dolph Lundgren from Rocky 4 is gonna come like meet all of them, and at first they're all like, why the fuck is Dolph Lundgren gonna come meet everybody? And I don't remember what the reason is, but Adam is trying to film his bodybuilding video called DeMamp Camp. So it turns into his mission to get Dolph Lundgren to be like his number 2 and
Yeah.
DeMamp Camp Volume 2. Oh my God.
It's funny.
It's so good.
Now I got to get caught up on that. It's on Hulu, all of it.
Yeah, it's all on Hulu. And let me tell you something. If you're going to get Hulu, spring for the commercial free because it's torture.
Oh, those are awful.
It's fucking torture.
How much more is it?
It's like $3 or $4, but my God, it's got to be worth it. I don't have commercial free. I actually signed up for a 2-week trial for whatever, and forgot to cancel, of course. And I have commercial. It's awful.
Yeah.
Does AdBlock block
Yeah.
Hulu ads
I don't know.
in Chrome? Because I know it blocks YouTube ads.
I don't watch it on my PC.
Mm.
But there's like 4 commercial breaks.
For one 20-minute episode.
Yeah,
That's why I didn't like it. Because you're used to watching stuff on Netflix and there's no commercials.
but I think it's got Seinfeld now.
Oh yeah, I mean it's got a great selection of shows.
It's worth the 11. I think it's $11.99.
Yeah, if I was going to pay for it, I would absolutely pay the extra couple bucks for no commercials. I hate commercials.
It's
Does it have Pretty Little Liars?
Will, I haven't searched. It's the
Really?
damnedest thing. It's got South Park and Seinfeld and Workaholics.
Yeah, South Park is 18 seasons or whatever.
19.
Yeah,
Oh my God.
so that's worth it right there.
Yeah. So I think that's. I have to mention Arsenal today. Yesterday in the Champions League, they needed to win on the road in Greece against a team that has a really good home record in the Champions League. They had to win by 2 goals to go to the next round of the Champions League, and they won 3-0. A hat trick.
Nice.
Oh, baby. So
Who got
on
the
to
hat
the next
trick?
round. Olivier Giroud,
Oh, okay.
big Frenchman, gets a lot of shit from Arsenal fans, and it's not warranted.
Why,
Now
like,
they can't talk shit anymore.
why don't they like him?
He's just kind of slow, and he doesn't seem like
French.
Well, they say
I'm not picking on the French. It's English and the French don't really like each other.
well, their manager's French,
Oh,
so he signs French guys.
There you go.
Arguably, the best Arsenal player ever was French.
right.
But aside from that, he's just like he's not what you would pick as like a world class striker. Is how they describe people. They say Arsenal's lacking a world class striker.
Mhm.
He's like a tier below that, but he's not fast. He's not pretty to watch. Well, he does his hair very well. I actually saw a really funny video where he scored a goal and 2 other Arsenal players were commentating on it. And they said after he scored, like, well, he deserved that one after how long it took him to do his hair today. So he's like kind of a pretty boy,
Yeah. Okay.
but I don't know. There's just something about him that he gets a lot of shit. But not anymore. God damn it. That was
No,
awesome.
not after a hat trick.
No. To move on. No, Champions League's as big as it gets. So that's it.
Nice. What about you, Will? Got anything going on?
Well, schoolwork, but I got a haircut.
Nice.
Cool.
Yeah, I mean, you guys saw how bad my hair was, right? Lengthwise.
Your hair was about as long as my hair is now.
Yeah, and I don't like long hair, but I'm also really lazy and don't like going to get a haircut.
I don't either.
So I got a haircut, but now everybody calls me Macklemore because I kind of look like him.
Who's Macklemore?
He's a rapper.
Yeah, a white rapper.
I actually
I'll
like
be the
that.
judge of that.
I actually like that downtown song.
Do you really?
Yeah. Not because of Macklemore's part, but the Freddie Mercury like guy.
Oh, the guy from Foxy Shazam.
Is that who that is?
Yeah, he's the lead singer.
I love his part in that song. It's fantastic.
That's like the chorus.
Yeah.
No. I don't know. I'm not too familiar with my Macklemore. In case you guys were.
That's the only song I know of his, and because I heard it was on like my wife watches Jimmy Fallon, and I heard the music in the background. I was like, what is this? And I look back and it's Macklemore, and I think his name's Ryan Lewis. Maybe.
Yeah. That's the like group or whatever.
Yep. That part was awesome.
You would know other Macklemore songs. You probably just don't know if it's him.
Yeah.
What's that one? Is that ba da 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 da? Is that Macklemore? You know what song I'm doing?
No.
I would. No, I have no idea.
What's his thing like? What's his shtick?
Macklemore?
Yeah.
I have no idea.
He just raps about random things that aren't drugs and money and.
I hate society. I really do. I don't like this.
But
that's what you. Oh, I can't tell from.
I mean, there's like a very mild similarity, I'd say.
That's just how I don't know, because I kind of have it shorter on the side. You can't tell because I'm not there. You only see my up front part of my hair, but that's enough about my hair. I'm just really excited to be able to start playing video games again.
It's good to have you back.
Yeah, no, I'm excited. I beat a little game that I'll talk about later. But
wait, when are you free?
I mean, I have a history final the 21st, but I don't really need to study for it. So Friday next week is when I can start.
Nice.
Yeah.
Are you gonna come up and hang out with me, and we'll beat some 2-player games?
I can. Just let me know when.
You let me know when.
I want to come and play Helldivers with you guys.
I can. I don't know. I'd have to look at my work schedule and see.
Oh, that's right. You have to work, so you're not totally free.
No. Fortunately.
You could quit.
God, that'd be great. That's it for me, though.
What about you, Corey? What do you got?
Oh, let's see here. I have a number of things I wanted to talk about, but I don't think you guys would be interested in any of them.
Try me.
I mean, nobody cares about my hair, but I talked about it.
Or Arsenal.
That's true.
Actually, we have a lot of soccer fans that listen to us.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, oh yeah. I'll just run through these quickly. I updated my laptop finally to Windows 10 from Windows 7. I was worried about it. It's a 6-year-old laptop at this point. 6, maybe 5 years. I was worried about it, so I did the free 3-month trial of unlimited cloud storage on Amazon, and I just backed everything up on Amazon, and it was 50 gigabytes, and it took 2 days of my laptop just sitting there updating.
Holy shit.
Yep. And then I did the Windows 10 update. It failed the first time. I ran it a second time, and it worked just fine. And actually, performance has improved on my laptop. So.
Oh, really? Because I've got 2 down here that have been begging me to upgrade to Windows 10.
Mine has been too.
Yeah.
Like I don't think about it when I'm not down here. So.
Yeah, I would recommend it if you're worried about performance and stuff. Don't. At least in my case, I think it's improved.
You went from Windows 7, right?
Windows 7 to Windows 10, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do that.
Also, I play daily fantasy hockey almost every day. If I have time to set a roster, I do it. I only bet $1. I'm not a rich man, so sometimes I lose, sometimes I win. But yesterday or 2 days ago, I did a $1 bet and won $7.
Wow.
Because I came in 19th out of 1,100 people.
Wow.
Good job, Corey.
That was
Who was on that?
pretty good.
Who was on that team?
I don't remember who I had on that team. But that put me up to $14. I started at 10, so I'm back in the positive. And today I put down $2 in a double up tournament, which means the top 250 people just win $4. You just double your money. And right now I'm in 22nd of 510, so looks like I'm going to win the $4 there. And then if I go above 20, I'll start betting $4. The more money I have, the more I'll bet.
Nice.
And hopefully I get a big payday here. You can win some real money.
Yeah. Oh, I know. I've seen the commercials during football.
1,000,000 times.
Oh, they're really annoying.
It's probably every commercial break. There's at least a FanDuel or what's the other one? DraftKings.
Yeah.
DraftKings.
Brutal.
I was doing head to head where you just go against one other person for a while, and on a $1 bet, if you beat the other person, you get $1.80 back. So Yahoo takes I do it on Yahoo. It takes a 20-cent fee from your winnings. And that worked out pretty well. But yeah, they have all sorts of different tournament modes you can do, and if you know your stuff, you're not guaranteed to win money, but you're probably going to break even overall.
I have pretty bad luck.
There was one tournament where I came in, it was like 1,200 people, and I came in like maybe 1,150th. You know,
Pretty good.
That would be me.
real bad.
So you just lose your money.
Yeah, it's $1. You know, it's not. I only put 10 in, and they give you Yahoo gives you like $20, but it doesn't give it to you right away. To get you to keep betting, they give you a little bit by bit. I don't know, it's weird. So right now I have my balance is $11.44. Pending, I have $19.16. So it's really weird how they distribute that money.
The whole
that they
thing
give you
gives
for
me
free.
the heebie-jeebies.
Right.
How is this all legal?
It won't be for long.
Okay.
Yeah.
I really don't think it will be. Or
No,
it'll be highly regulated.
They've already gotten cease and desist orders in some states.
Yeah.
I think New York is one of them. DraftKings, Yahoo hasn't, but DraftKings and
Yeah, because they
Yeah.
had some issues with insiders, like employees, just
Oh, I thought
running away with it.
it plays FanDuel.
they don't have to stop, but they've gotten cease and desist orders. Like it'll be fought in the courts for
Oh,
years,
yeah.
probably.
Yeah, you're not breaking the law by playing
No,
yet.
nope.
Speaking of that, though, did you guys see the Elder Scrolls Online $1 million
Yeah,
reward? All you have to do is play for free this weekend, log in at some point, and you have to enter the contest on the website, but you're entered to win $1 million. I was excited to do that, and I was actually going to play Elder Scrolls Online this weekend until I found out New York State residents are not eligible for the $1 million
Oh, for
prize.
Really?
fuck's sake.
Yeah.
Why?
Who knows, Eric? Who knows?
So glad I'm getting the fuck out of this state.
I don't blame you.
That's
Such a-
crazy.
Yeah, New York regulations are just ridiculous.
Don't get me started.
Yeah. Not good.
They sure know how to kill a man's fun.
How to kill a vibe.
No large sodas,
Soda tax.
soda bans.
$15 wage for fast food employees.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Here we go.
Let's move on.
Yeah. I did a couple holiday things this week. I bought my Christmas tree. We chopped it down, put her up.
Yeah, we finally got ours too yesterday.
We don't do one. We don't have enough room.
Yeah,
Just get a little guy. Go get a little Charlie Brown Christmas tree.
we got a small
I'm trying
tree.
to get rid of shit, not add shit.
Well, the good thing about a Christmas tree is it dies. You can just throw it outside.
Yeah, all right, fine. I'm lazy. All right, you happy now?
All right, I'll accept that answer.
Yep.
But the other thing I got to do that was kind of exciting for me was to play Santa at the nursing home.
I saw your picture. That was great.
I didn't want to do it, and it was one of those things where somebody, I'm just going to throw some names out, somebody asked Rich, who asked Dean, who asked Jack, who asked Adam, who asked me, and I didn't want to do it, but since I'm the low guy, there was nobody I could ask to do it, so I got roped into doing it. But I was kind of glad for it, even though it was probably 90 degrees in the nursing home, and I was just dripping sweat. But it was a pretty convincing Santa costume. I had to stuff it a little bit. But it was a well-made costume, and I ho-ho-hoed, and they played me into... It was like in the conference room, Christmas party with all the residents, and the DJ played me into Here Comes Santa Claus, and I had a giant cart full of presents for all the residents
Nice.
that I walked into and was waving and ho-ho-hoing. But then afterwards, not all the residents can make it to the Christmas party, so I had to go up to the actual unit that they live on and like hand deliver packages to the individual rooms, and that was really nice. Like the very last woman I gave a present to was like, "Oh, Santa Claus, I'm so happy to see you. Can you give me a hug?" and stuff. So it was heartwarming, and I was glad that I did it, even though I didn't want to.
Yeah.
But the problem was, afterwards, apparently because I did such a good job, they wanted to make me the full-time Santa Claus for the guy that I was just filling in for who wasn't there the day I did it. But luckily, my
What you get for doing a good job.
right, yeah, yep. Luckily, my supervisor had my back and argued for my sake, and I didn't have to do it. So
It's
Oh,
like when the lady asks you to, I don't know, cook something.
yeah,
You just do it so bad that they don't ever ask you to do it again.
yeah.
That's how I
where
live life.
wrong story.
When I worked at
That's how Will lives life.
when I worked at Pizza Hut, that's what I did to get out of doing just about everything.
Yeah, there you
Mop
go.
the floors. Oh no, Dan does a bad job. Don't ask him to,
Don't
to
ask
mop the
Dan.
floors. Yes.
That's a good trick to learn in life.
Yeah.
It's a life hack.
It
Really,
really,
it is.
I mean, if it was a job I had cared about, I wouldn't have done that. But
Yeah.
I was just there for
Pizza Hut.
money. Yeah. So. Okay. Anything else, Corey?
No.
Okay. I just have one thing real quick. I wanted to talk about the Giants game this past weekend. Normally I wouldn't, but I happened to be watching it with a fellow Giants fan, and as the events leading up to the end of the game, very predictable if you've watched any Giants games this year. So what happened was they were up 20-10. The Jets kicked a field goal. Giants were going to get the ball back. It was towards the end of the game. I talked to the fellow Giants fan that I was with, and I was like, "Here's what's going to happen. Giants are going to get the ball. They're going to go 3 and out. Jets are going to get the ball back. They're going to go down, score a touchdown. It's going to go into overtime, and the Jets are going to win in overtime." Sure as shit, that's exactly what happened. Predicted.
Now,
Isn't that sad that
the Giants' last drive, did they run it 3 times?
ran twice, incomplete pass
Yeah.
on the third one, which stopped the clock,
Yeah.
which means the Jets didn't need to burn a timeout.
Right.
That timeout could have made the difference. So, because Eli rolled out like off to the side and then threw it, I said he should have taken a sack because they could have run off some clock, or the Jets would have burned a timeout because I think they only had 2 timeouts, so they would have only had 1 timeout. But they scored a touchdown with 30 seconds left or whatever. And
Now,
that was
I
the
also
game.
heard that the Giants went for it on a 4th and 2.
Yes, they could have kicked a field goal.
Right. It would have put them up 13.
It would have put them up 23 to 13 or 23 to 10.
I
It would have
think
been
23 to 10.
23 to 10. Yeah.
Yeah.
But they went for it, and
And no good.
no,
Okay.
it was awful. But they still have a chance to win their division, even at 5-7.
You have to be a very big Bills fan. Did you know that?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
The next 3 games for the Bills
Oh.
are the Eagles, Redskins, and Cowboys.
Oh really?
All of your division opponents.
Oh, that would be great. The Giants will probably lose all those games too.
We needed you bad last week.
I know.
Dan.
I feel bad that
needed
we let you
bad.
down. And I texted you something. Oh, it's because the Jets players are awful.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God, like personal fouls and even ones that didn't get caught. Like
Yeah.
they just give you a shot when you're down,
Sure.
like all that sort of stuff.
Well, you know what I couldn't believe?
So I texted Eric and I was like, Jets players are awful. And you said, I'm rooting for the Giants this week because
Yeah.
we need them to win. It's like, because they were up, I think I don't know, it was 20-7 at that point.
I don't
maybe.
remember.
It's like, the Giants have plenty of time to blow it.
Yeah.
And they did.
The Bills tried to blow it too, but they managed to pull it out. But
Nice.
you know what shocked me?
What's that?
I looked at the stats after the Giants game. I could not believe that Fitzpatrick threw 50 passes and didn't have an interception.
Yeah. That's how good our defense. Oh, he got sacked a lot, actually. We were actually getting like pressure for the first time. I think it's the first game this year we've gotten consistent pressure on him.
Uh-oh. Defense is heating up. It's another Giants Super Bowl year.
Oh, Corey,
Not this year. They're looking pretty bad.
that division is awful.
It's brutal.
It's awful.
It's the worst.
Well,
it's
you
the
got-
worst in football. Well,
Starting
the
quarterbacks
Central,
are
AFC Central.
who's the quarterback? Kirk Cousins,
Kirk Cousins.
Sam Bradford,
Bradford, who's been
got
hurt.
mega weenie factor going on,
Yeah.
by the way.
And he's been kind of hurt. And then Matt Castle.
Matt Castle,
'Cause Romo's-
weenie factor.
Romo's out again.
Wowzer.
Yeah.
There's a lot of weenie factor going around the
I don't
NFC
think
East.
I don't think any one of those teams wants to win the division.
Oh,
Those
God,
Bears,
no.
man.
Doesn't seem like it anyway.
Did you see the interview with LaShawn McCoy?
No.
Chip Kelly, who traded LaShawn McCoy to the Bills.
Yeah.
I guess there was some sort of thing going on where, I don't know. Apparently, the Eagles started getting rid of all their black players, apparently, and LaShawn McCoy was one of them.
Yeah.
So he has this grudge against Chip Kelly. And Chip Kelly said he wanted to shake LaShawn McCoy's hand after the game or before the game or whatever. And LaShawn McCoy, when asked about it, said, Chip Kelly can't shake shit. That's what he said.
Nice.
Or
Okay.
ain't gonna shake shit. Something along those lines.
Nice.
But anyway, that should be an interesting game.
Yeah,
So-
absolutely.
Oh, Sean McCoy goes off for 300 yards and 3 touchdowns.
Mm-hmm.
I like
hope
LaShawn McCoy.
He's a fucking good running back.
Well, we watched him tear up the Giants enough to know that
so
he
many
is.
times.
So,
Hey, while we're on the subject of football,
Yeah.
can I get just one fantasy football advice for the week?
yeah.
Yeah,
so
of course.
I did make the playoffs after being 2-5. I made the playoffs off a Malcolm Jenkins interception.
It was interesting that your league uses defensive players.
Yeah, we have
There are not many leagues that do that.
linebacker, defensive line, and defensive back, and a defense.
Who does Malcolm Jenkins play for?
He's the Eagles.
Philly. Yeah, he had I think 19 fantasy points for me last week.
Holy crap.
Because I didn't need to just win; I needed to win and get a lot of points, and I did. I think I had like 150 or something like that.
Boy, the odds were not in your favor with them playing the Patriots.
No, it was a lot of luck. But my conundrum: Cam Newton against Atlanta, or Carson Palmer against Minnesota.
Who's
Cam.
home?
They're both home.
They're both
I'd
home.
probably pick Cam
Oh,
Newton.
it's too late. Carson Palmer's playing right now.
Oh, there you go.
Well, Cam
What's
Newton
the
it is.
spread?
17-10.
Okay,
Arizona,
yeah, 'cause
third quarter.
Carson Palmer's not going to run the ball. Cam Newton gets rushing touchdowns.
Cam had 5 TDs last week.
Yeah, he did well too.
He's been really good.
The guy I was playing had him.
Oh.
I had
He was 11-1. I wasn't going to win anyway.
I had Marcus Mariota as my quarterback because
Oh.
I had started with Andrew Luck, who's been hurt, Romo,
And bad.
who's been hurt and bad. Yeah, had a great game last week. I was playing Blake Bortles, who had 4 or 5 touchdowns. Like, you got to be freaking kidding me. But anyway,
It's all right. I was 5-2 this season to start, and I didn't make the playoffs. So
well,
It's funny how that works.
I hate fantasy football.
I hate sports in general. They've been very, very harsh mistress this year.
Yeah, they
I'm-
haven't been kind recently.
I'm going to take the last day of the season off because the Bills' last game is against the Jets.
Oh,
That
could be for the wild card.
Yeah, it very well could be. And I'm fucking going to the game
Nice.
if it comes down to that because it's in Buffalo.
I don't blame you.
Oh, mama.
That'd be a big
I don't know
one.
if I can handle that. Oh, man. There would be some dust-ups in that crowd, that's for damn sure.
Nice. All right. Shall we get in? Well, we'll take a quick break and then we'll get into what we played, shall we?
Sure.
Yeah.
All right. We'll be right back in just a minute. Only because I gotta pee. Really
Yeah, I
bad.
gotta use the bathroom really bad.
I should pee too.
I should get another drink, but that's just gonna make me have to pee even worse. Oh. At least it's not frigid yet. I can go outside and pee.
Yeah. It's just me. I'm so lonely.
I'm back.
Oh, thank God you're back. It was weird. I was the only one here.
I'm a quick peer. So this picture frame fell behind me while we were podcasting.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Ghost?
I don't know. This thing doesn't stay up. It makes me really mad. There we go.
Getting the feedback together here, Dan.
Cool. Have another month download.
Are we?
Oh yeah. We're on pace for
Record month?
Yeah, we're on pace for a record month. I think we've only had one episode in December. Yeah.
Well, that's good.
Look at us improving.
We're doing it. We're doing it, guys. Bane Hammond. I realized today that I have video game time Saturday and Sunday.
Oh, beautiful. Tomb Raider?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that'll be my focus this weekend for sure.
Tomb Raider is great.
Because we're talking about it next week, so that makes sense.
Ryan and Valerie left a lengthy email, Daniel.
That's fine, as long as it's like how long? How lengthy
It's pretty long.
is it? That's okay. This is gonna be a long episode anyway.
It's about 2 full pages at font 16.
Okay.
It's exactly 2 full pages.
Okay. That works. Patrick Kane is on a 24 game point streak.
A historic scoring pace.
Yeah.
He's on pace to get like 120 some points or something like that.
Wow, that's pretty good.
Look at him just destroying the league.
Best all around offensive player in the league.
And because of my dislike for Chicago, I really want Ben or Sagan to take it, but I don't think they are.
No.
You got much love for Patty Kane, though.
I like Patty Kane.
Patty.
No, I'm the same way though. Like if my team's not going to do well, I like to see different teams
Yeah.
do well. I would I wouldn't mind seeing Dallas. have
If-
a
Yeah,
deep run.
Lindy Ruff's there, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, sure.
If Chicago or LA play for the cup again, I'm gonna be so annoyed.
yeah. It's like that year that Pittsburgh and Detroit played in the Stanley Cup 2 years in a row.
Yep.
One year, one the next year. I don't like that. I like to, if my team's not gonna be in it, I want to see fresh blood every
Love to
year.
see Lindy win a cup.
God, that'd be awesome.
They've got a great team.
I emailed
I
it
think
to
they're
you.
okay. I think they're first in the NHL right now.
They are. And the best part is if they win the cup, more teams are gonna copy that style.
Yeah, I
instead
read
of,
that.
Like defense first, so there'll be more run and gun teams.
Yeah, which is always a good thing.
Did you get it?
Yep.
Well, where'd you get your hair did?
One of my friend's little brother.
What?
He cuts hair for a job,
Where?
and he works at some barbershop in Binghamton, but he
Oh.
like does it at home because he's in school. And I'm
does,
not
he,
gonna.
does he work at Hot Cuts?
I have no idea, but I'm not gonna go to Binghamton.
Can you put lightning bolts on the side for you?
Somebody said to get my name.
Oh my god.
But-
No, you get somebody else's name. That'd be way funnier.
Hey, we're on track for another record month.
Dan
what
was
I
just
said.
saying that. We're so popular now.
We're doing so damn well.
We jumped the shark.
Yeah, we did.
We have to bring it down.
Bring it down a notch.
Yeah.
All right. Shall we?
Did you get it?
Yes. Yeah. All right. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Welcome back, everybody. Episode 229 of Thumbstick Athletes Podcast. We are now in What We Played. Will, I'll start with you.
Me?
What'd you play?
Well, the first thing I played and beat was Fallout 4.
Yeah.
Well done.
Am I allowed to say who I sided with?
Sure. I think it's... No.
There's only four. There's 4 factions you could potentially
You
side
can
with.
say who you side with, but
Yeah.
don't give me any spoilers, damn you.
How far in the story are you? Because it might be a spoiler.
Same as I was last week.
So I can't even say it.
You can say who you sided with.
I sided with the Institute.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I know of the Institute.
Okay, I didn't know if you were aware that they were a sidable faction or not.
No, I wasn't.
I have...
It doesn't.
I'm going to speak in vague terms here, but I have a problem with the Institute. And my problem is that I don't really understand what they're all about. Did you have that? Did either of you guys have that conundrum?
I felt like they were purposely vague on what they were doing.
That's what scares me.
Because, well, that's
It's supposed to make you uneasy.
yeah.
They're looking for the betterment of humanity.
But at what
There's
expense?
there's a conversation you have with their leader that opens up a little bit more.
Yeah.
Right before they have me go do some things that I didn't like to do. And let me tell you, when I went back into the game after I beat it, my companions just ripped me a new one.
For picking the Institute.
Yeah, like I talked to Piper, she got hysterical. Nick Valentine wouldn't even really talk to me.
I love it.
That's why I took Dog Meat, because Dog Meat didn't care. He just wanted
He
to.
doesn't judge.
He didn't judge you. Yeah.
Yeah,
Dogs
exactly.
don't judge.
We should do a spoiler hangover at some
Yeah.
point.
I'll
I'm
probably
sure that
have it. We could do it. Well, how far away is Eric?
Just count me out. I got to beat Tomb Raider for next week.
Eric's doing all the legwork while we're twiddling away at Fallout 4.
Fallout 4.
I don't mind. Whatever.
What was I gonna say? I don't know. I think I'm really close to beating it, Will. And I those conversations you reference, I think I may have had them, but still didn't really get anything out of it.
After the episode, I'll tell you
Okay.
give more insight from what I gathered. So
There was a pretty cool moment where the head of the Institute has a conversation with you on the roof. That was a great moment in the game.
And that mission, I sabotaged it,
Yeah, I did
but
too.
but I played it off like it was an accident, and he was not happy, but he still let me
Yeah.
stay in the Institute.
Nice.
Yeah. I'm curious to see how the whole thing plays out.
Yeah,
You
because
know,
I did not side with the Institute.
I'll give you my reasoning when
Yeah.
we finish the
We
episode.
should definitely talk about it.
Who'd you side
Because-
with, Dan?
Minutemen.
Okay.
I can already tell you right now that's who I'm siding with.
And I even had like a different experience than a lot of people who sided with the Minutemen.
Yeah,
I missed out on
varies
a
a lot.
completely big section of some of the Minuteman stuff you can do. I don't know how that happened, but
But doesn't that trouble you?
no.
No, because
That's
he's
just-
going to play it again.
Yeah, I already started my second
I'm
playthrough.
not gonna play it again.
I
You
started
don't
my
have the
PC
time,
But
playthrough.
Dan is a hardy Fallout guy.
That's my exact problem though. Is I don't have enough time to play it again,
Yeah.
You don't have enough time to play it.
but I don't want to shortchange this one playthrough.
Yeah.
No, that's a tough spot to be in. I get it. Definitely.
I do know on my next playthrough, I'm either going to do the Railroad or Minutemen. I'm not a Brotherhood of Steel fan in this game at all.
Yeah.
So,
I wasn't either, but my second character is going to be in the Brotherhood of Steel.
I wonder if that's by design. Because I think in the past couple games, the Brotherhood was pretty likable.
They're not
Yeah.
supposed to be likable, though. They're really not. They're supposed to be hardline for their cause and their
Yeah.
cause only.
And Maxon's just a giant D-bag. I don't know.
Well,
He's not-
I'm in combat with the Brotherhood of Steel,
Yeah.
and there's a pretty cool moment where the Vertibird is coming after me, and I had plenty of mini nukes that I saved up, and hit the Vertibird with a mini nuke and blasted it out of the sky, and all the power armor guys in there died with it. It was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Did you get their power armor?
Yeah, Yeah, you can take the power armor.
Oh, also, Corey, you know that mission we talked about where at the ending you talked to the leader of the Institute on that building?
Yeah.
The coolest moment I had in that game was when you're at that fort fighting. I had the Institute, the Railroad, the Brotherhood, and the Minutemen all fighting each other on the battlefield. So, like, I was friends with all of them, so none of them shot me, so I just stood back and watched them all just kill each other, and it was just so cool to watch it happen.
Recorded that.
I wanted to, but then I thought about it too late.
I've had some issues with that. I had a couple bad bugs today when I was playing where I lost time. I had to go back and load.
Damn
saves. I lost about 15 minutes each time, so overall like half an hour of game time.
Which, when you have limited game time, makes it even worse.
Really sucky. And they were both main story things. The one, I was in the mass fusion building.
Yeah.
And there was an issue with the elevator, and I couldn't get to the top part of the mass fusion building where I needed to be to continue the quest, and the elevator wasn't working. And sometimes it would go all the way up to the roof, but the screen would be black. Sometimes the screen wouldn't be black, but I'd just fall through the earth, and I couldn't for the life of me get to where I needed to be. So I preloaded a save, still wouldn't work for me. And I ended up having to turn off clipping so I could just walk through all the geometry and stuff to get where I needed to be.
Yeah.
And then continue, which is nice, to do the console commands. It's good that that's in there to fix that. So that was a problem. And then another quest I had to talk to somebody from the Minutemen, but the Brotherhood of Steel showed up and they started fighting each other. And then the quest I couldn't talk to the guy. It wouldn't activate.
I've had that happen too.
So I had to back up another 15 minutes or something like that to get that to work, which is it's really annoying.
Sometimes it just takes a while for like the people to like reset, I guess.
I tried that. I fast traveled away and fast traveled back. I did the wait for like 8 hours or something like that, and he still wouldn't activate. I had to reload a save.
It's weird.
Sucky.
Yeah, it's frustrating when that happens.
Okay.
So another thing I played was, I don't remember where I was, but had a conversation about Hitler in World War II. So I went back and played Call of Duty World at War. The campaign, and I beat the campaign.
Wow, well done.
I would need to make up some ground, so I got to beat some games. So get ready for a couple Call of Duty campaigns. Stanley Parable, Gone Home, probably.
Are you going to pass Dan?
How far behind you am I, Dan? Like 6 games?
You're at 26. I'm at 32.
What am I at?
God.
Corey, you are at 27.
I can't lose.
Wonder if I can pull that out.
Is it on at the end? Is it on? Is the battle on?
There's no way. There's no way I can do it.
I'm going to do it. I'm going to go for it.
I
I already bought Call of Duty 4 for the campaign, so...
Yeah, I saw you bought that. I've been wanting to play that again, too.
Yeah, you and I talked about wanting to play it, and because I'm impulsive, I just bought it. So now I own that. But the other thing I played that I can remember is Rise of the Tomb Raider. Now I only played an hour, and I know Eric's played more, which we really don't want to get too into it, right, because of next week's episode.
Yeah, what are your guys' first impressions so far?
It's fucking awesome.
Yeah, I really like it.
Oh, well, you haven't gotten... No.
I've done...
Like, you're going to really like it.
You know nothing, Will.
I just went through, like, the first, like, temple, and then walked around a bit in the snow, and I was like, oh.
Snow biome.
It's way better than what you've played.
That makes me so happy. And I saw it's only, like, 15 hours, so...
The last one was about 15 hours.
Which is, like, wheelhouse for my game time.
I'm about 20% complete with the story.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man, is it good.
Can't
wait
as somebody, for whatever reason, like, I never played the last Tomb Raider, so this one makes me wonder what I missed.
It's better than the last one.
I figured.
Yeah.
Nice. That's good to hear. Because I really love the first one. So.
And man, does it look good.
Yeah, it does.
Jeez.
Cool.
That was a great looking game.
Nice.
The beginning when you're climbing the mountains with the snow blizzard going on, it was just like so cool.
Yep.
Is the last one on PC?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I have it in my library if you want to play it.
I do want to play it.
It's
you
really
should.
good. Yeah.
It was very. I think that was my winner of my biggest surprise that year
Yeah.
that came out. But yeah,
Like 2 years ago.
if you have an Xbox One, you should
have
absolutely get Rise of the Tomb Raider.
Yeah, no
Oh.
question about it.
Stick.
Good for them for wrapping up that timed exclusive.
it. Yeah.
Well, apparently it didn't sell very well.
No?
No,
It came out on the same day as Fallout.
we talked about this.
Yeah.
The bad move.
I don't
It'll
know,
sell
guys. I always bring up my...
PS4.
What's that?
It'll sell next year when it comes out on PS4.
Yeah, right.
PC
One
and
of the
PS4
Sony,
will help.
somebody from Sony tweeted that. It said something along those lines.
Smart ass.
I love
Dick.
that stuff.
I do too.
Other than that, I didn't really play anything. Like I said, I don't want to get too much into Rise of the Tomb Raider because I haven't played a lot of it. I'll try and have more for next week. I also said I was going to have some Siege played.
I'll take care of it.
Thank you, Eric. But yeah, that's it for me, I think.
Did you want to talk a little bit more about Tomb Raider?
No, we better not
Okay.
for next week.
Sounds good.
We'll talk about my other game
Yeah.
that I played a lot. Most of my game time was spent on Forza Horizon 2, actually, which is odd. I texted you guys and said, if you'd have told me that I'd be sitting here playing a racing game that came out last year when I have all these other games to play, I'd slapped you. But man, that game is fantastic. I don't know. It's just, like I said, I think last week, my brief time that I spent with I put hours into it this week. I don't know exactly how many, but I think I have to win like 11 more championships to like get to the final race.
Oh, okay.
The Horizon finale, I believe it's called. It's just like this big festival basically, and you're driving between festival points, doing circuit championships for different kinds of racing. There's off-road, different classes of cars, whatever, sports cars, muscle cars, off-road cars, rally cars, whatever.
Rally cars.
But there's like speed traps in between, so you can see how fast you can get going. There's different challenges. There's bucket list cars that you like, super nice cars that you drive around, and there's a challenge involved with it. Could be whatever. And some are harder than other ones are. I really like earning the currency to buy new cars. Even though I don't know anything about any of the cars, I just buy the ones that I think look cool. So whatever has the best stats, really.
Yeah.
It's just so fun. It's just such a fun fucking game.
It's probably a game I'd really like.
I think you'd love it.
Yeah.
I think you would love that game.
I like that type of game.
I mean, it's a racing game, so there's not a ton to talk about with it.
Right.
But this is another one. If you have an Xbox One, that is a really good exclusive to get, especially if you're into racing games. And I am not that into racing games. I always think I like them more than I actually do, but I've put a lot of time into this game. It is a good amount of fun. I actually tried a little of the online.
Oh, really?
They have what are called, I think it's called road trips, where you can like sign up to be in one, and it'll put you in this big group. I want to say there's like 20, 25 guys in it. And you drive to certain areas, and then there's like 4 different kinds of races that take place, and then the winner at the end of the 4 races, gets a certain amount of gets a new car or something. But it's actually really fun.
Nice.
Really fun, seamless, because it's an open world driver.
Yep.
That's the difference. The regular Forza games are more of a sim, and the Forza Horizon games are like more arcadey, open world.
Like Need for Speed games, kind of.
So it's absolutely fantastic.
Nice.
I really want to play this game.
You should. You can. So you know what I did? I tried Drive Club again.
Ooh.
I don't feel like it handles as well. And the menus are very confusing in Drive Club.
Okay.
Which kind of sucks. But at the same time, it's still fun.
Right.
And the weather dynamics are so good in Drive Club. They're really good in Forza Horizon also, but I don't know. Yeah.
Is there a mountainous, snowy area in Horizon?
No.
What?
It's in France. It's based in France in like the summertime, and there's this big Horizon music festival going on. There's rain. There's no snow though.
I like rain.
I don't think I've come across any snow.
There's probably snow in
It's a very nice looking game, very pleasing to the eye. Like, man, when the sun's a glaring and you're just cruising along. Sometimes you'll find like a highway that goes along the water, the coastline. It's really nice.
Yeah, I need to play this.
I'm gonna buy Drive Club too because it's only $15 for PlayStation Plus members.
Ooh, that's pretty cheap.
Yeah. So, I did buy 2 games. The ones I asked you what you thought. I ended up buying Tales from the Borderlands. The PSN sale that's going on. There's some really good stuff on there. I got Tales from the Borderlands Season Pass for $3.
Can't go wrong with that.
Even if I don't play it, whatever. It's $3. And then I got the Game of Thrones Season Pass for $5 for Telltale.
Those are good deals.
Yeah, those were the 2 I was interested in playing. So, and I think my fiance is open to doing. I told her the Eric and Christy streams segment. This is how I phrased it to her. But I think she's open to doing that. And those are the kind of games that I want to play with her.
Definitely.
Actually, I'd like to play Life is Strange with her.
Right.
I think
that would be that. Yeah, that would be something that would, because Borderlands and Game of Thrones.
I don't think
they're specific.
They're a bit nerdy for her.
Yeah, I could see that.
But yeah, so I was really happy with that. Their Journey's on there. I don't know how much Journey is because I already had it. But Journey's on there. There's some really good stuff on there. God of War Remastered. I don't remember everything, but definitely worth checking out. I really wish that Europe has a fantastic deal going on PSN. Buy one get one games. Yeah, and there's some really good titles on there. So, but check it out. Holiday sale. I think it's going on until next Tuesday on PSN here in the Americas. Check it out. It's good stuff. You can get the whole Telltale catalog for $27.
Wow.
But yeah,
nice.
I believe that's it for me.
Okay. Corey, you want to talk about Xenoblade?
Yeah, let's talk about Xenoblade.
Okay.
Are we going to do a full episode on it at some point or no?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Yeah.
Only because I think it only caters to a very I don't know.
Sometimes it's good to do those though.
Yeah. Then again, the
Siege. I mean, Siege kind of.
Yeah. The type of person looking for content on Xenoblade, like maybe they may search us. Yeah, I know. We'll see. We'll figure it out. I definitely want to give it more time.
Yeah.
I'm about 20 hours in, and I'm still very confused by a lot of the stuff that's going on.
See, I want to play it, but you saying that turns me off immediately.
You can try mine if you want.
When you're done. When you're done.
Yeah, it's definitely a game that only caters to. We were talking about it in the chat, and I feel like out of us, I would be the only one to like it, and the only other person that I think would like it that I know of is our cousin Chris. I think Chris would really like this game.
Now, what makes you think I wouldn't like it?
I don't know. Well, part of it is it takes a long time to accomplish anything in that game.
It doesn't respect Corey's time.
Yeah, Corey, when him talking about his time issues,
time crunch.
I spent maybe an hour camping spawns for something I needed specific for a quest.
Oh God.
I haven't had to do any of that yet.
Well, you're only
5 hours in.
Yeah, you're not far enough to do anything like that.
Is that not appealing to you, Corey?
I didn't need to do that, but I was just in the right spot and I knew where the spawns were. So I just went around, I killed some stuff, I messed around on my phone while I was waiting, and just whenever they would pop up, I'd kill them, trying to get the right thing. But basically, it's a open world RPG.
It's a single player MMORPG.
That's exactly the best way to describe it. It's a single player MMORPG. It's got a lot of the same mechanics as an MMORPG. The combat is very MMORPG like. There is some multiplayer aspects to it. Which I'm still kind of unclear on how they work. Apparently, you can join squads of people to take big monsters down. Go ahead, Corey.
I think, isn't there an element similar to the pawn system in Dragon's Dogma?
Yes, which I thought was cool. I haven't tinkered much with that, but you can essentially upload your character to the server, and other people can take them and use them in their party to help them, and you get experience and rewards for doing stuff like that.
Nice.
But there's a bunch of little systems like that in the game. You can join a squad and you work together as a squad and complete these objectives, and the I don't know, military force, I guess, that you're working for is called Blade. And there's 8 different divisions in the Blade. And you join one of those divisions and you work as a team as part of the division to earn rewards and stuff. Like my division is Pathfinders, which they're the ones that are responsible for going out into the world and setting up probes. The world is enormous, too, by the way.
And beautiful.
Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Crazy draw distances. You know?
Yeah, but I've also had a lot of pop in with like enemies.
Well,
and stuff.
there's a lot of pop in, but that's just because of the Wii U.
Yeah.
But you can still see like way off into the distance in the game. It's crazy how far you can see. Where was I going? Oh yeah, but the division. So like, you work within your division, and then there's squads that you can join that you can do multiplayer things for, and that's just the multiplayer. The combat, if you've played as the Xenoblade Chronicles game, the combat will feel familiar, but it's still kind of different.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Corey.
No, I was gonna. Well, you're on the topic of the multiplayer stuff. I think I have this right. One thing I thought was really cool is what are the big named enemies called? There's a name for them.
I wanted to say Titans, but Tyrants.
Tyrants, yeah, the Tyrants. I think what they do is it tracks how many players
Are killed.
by that tyrant, and
Yep.
based on that determines the loot from the tyrant.
Yeah, and you can tell too by the crown that's next to the nameplate, like name on the character, and if it's gold, it means it's killed like over 100 players or something like that.
That's really cool to me.
I don't know what
think
the
that's
numbers are
awesome.
specifically, but yeah. The tyrants are like the named mobs, I guess, that you would find in an MMORPG. Kind of like the bosses. There's mini bosses and there's harder ones, but yeah, they're called tyrants.
So if you're the brave hero who finally brings the gold tyrant down, you're going to be handsomely rewarded for it.
Yeah, which is cool.
Yeah, I think that's awesome.
I like that sort of online functionality. It's kind of in the background, but it's still there, and you can use it if you want to. But I wanted to get your thoughts so far on the game, Corey, because I really like it. Like, there's a lot of confusing systems in it. It's very complex, but I get enjoyment from finally figuring something out.
Yeah. It's also one of those games though where it's kind of as complex as you want it to be.
Yeah.
What's another game that recently came out that did something very similar? I know I've talked about it this year. Pillars of
Massive
Eternity?
Chalice?
No, Pillars of Eternity?
Well, I don't think so.
Much. I can't remember.
If.
Yeah,
Hardware.
kind of. It's kind of like one of those, but like especially the like combat and character customization and stuff is you can get really into it. Like the soul voices stuff.
Yeah.
Where your teammates call out command, like they actually say like commands, and if you do the correct action that corresponds to their command, you get rewarded with a little healing for you and your teammates.
Or damage boost or what have you.
But you can totally ignore that if you want. Like it's just
I don't
a
know.
boon, you know?
I would argue that some of
need
the
to do
bosses you fight, you kind of have to do that stuff.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, again, I haven't gotten that far to where I've really struggled.
Yeah, but the basic gist of the game is Earth is destroyed by warring alien races. Like Earth is just kind of there as collateral damage and gets destroyed. Your ship takes off. It's a city ship. Searches for a new planet, crash lands on this planet. Your character is woken up after like 2 weeks of being crashed on the planet, and you are trying to figure out how to survive. You got to figure out how to gather resources. One of the things I think that's cool too is because the city that you're kind of create as a people is called New Los Angeles, and it kind of like grows along with the game. Like I feel like every time I go back into New Los Angeles, something's different. Mm-hmm. Like there'll be a new building or people working on something, or like one time I went in there and where you invest in the arms manufacturers, that was like all colored all of a sudden instead of just being like gray. Like everything, it's weird how things are changing in the game, like as I'm playing.
Yeah,
but it's really neat.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot going on.
I haven't figured it all out, and I'm 20 hours in.
No, you haven't gotten a Skell yet, have you?
No.
You're another 20 hours away from that.
At least they say that's 30 hours if you kind of like do a lot of story stuff. which I haven't. I've
Jeez.
done a lot of side stuff, but like there's affinity missions with your party members that you can do that raises your affinity. Raising your affinity with your party members like gives combat bonuses. There's just so much to take in the game, which I really like about it. I like that level of complexity.
Yeah. Lots of little systems to micromanage if you so choose.
Yeah. But I feel like it's a good game to like sit down with every once in a while, spend 4 or 5 hours playing it or whatever. And I don't feel like it's a game like I need to run through, which I think is a good thing about it.
Yeah.
So
it's better than digging through trash for 4 hours.
yeah. Yeah, it is. But I really like it. I'm sure we'll be talking more about it over the coming weeks because, like I said, I put 20. It came out on Friday. I already put 20 hours into it, in addition to playing Far Cry 4 for 12 or 13 hours, or however long I played that, maybe 15. So, did you play anything else, Corey?
No.
Okay. I played Far Cry 4. That was the only other thing I played, which is awesome. But you probably figured I would like it.
Yeah.
How far are you, Dan?
I'm not very far in the story. I just took over Depew's fort.
Okay.
I think his name's Depew.
I don't remember.
Starts with a D. It's the fort in the southeast of the thing.
Yeah.
I don't think I've killed him yet in the main missions. Apparently, you're supposed to assassinate these people before you take down the fort, but I just went and took down the fort.
That's what I did.
But yeah, I feel like when I first started out, just sucked. My character sucked and died a lot. But you really quickly build up your resources and weapons that you have available and your skills and stuff. And I think it's a really good, even advancement process in the game. I really like the buzzers, the little helicopters.
Yep.
Those are fantastic. I want to have one of those in real life. They were modeled after a real life thing.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, it was a little gyrocopter from the 50s. But apparently those things don't take off like vertically, like a normal helicopter, but they have to be going, which I thought was kind of weird. But I mean, for the game, it makes sense that they would just take off vertically. But yeah, I really like Far Cry 4.
Yeah, it's great.
It makes me excited for Far Cry Primal.
Me too.
So yeah, that's all I played. That all we got?
Feedback? All in email form? Oh, by the way, I found a 2016 game release calendar.
Oh, nice.
What game are you guys wondering about?
It's gonna be brutal. Fire Emblem.
All of them.
Yeah, all the games.
Fire Emblem is February 19th.
Oh, that's a few days before Bravely Default. I can't see that being the actual date. They can't have those. Those are the two big 3DS
This
games.
came
that can't
out,
be coming out
3 days
week.
ago. This calendar.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
I wonder if it has a different European release than North American release.
They haven't added Bravely Second to this yet.
Okay.
That's under the upcoming games with no release date.
Yeah, see, that was in Europe. It was, February 24th?
6th, 4th, one of those. I don't remember. I already forgot.
6 cents. Come on, load.
The Witness comes out in January, finally.
Oh, yeah, that game.
I'm looking forward to that.
You guys getting Final Fantasy Explorers?
No.
Final Fantasy is a terrible series.
I know.
Don't give him ammunition.
Hey, Jaromir Jagr passes Marcel Dion.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw the goal.
I saw a highlight of Ristolainen putting Goudreau on his sorry ass.
Johnny
Yeah.
Hockey? You don't touch
Hey,
Johnny
heard him.
Hockey.
Knocked him out of the game.
Ristolainen.
No, he's back in.
Oh, pussy. Sabres are down 2-0.
I'm actually watching this game.
I need some
Alright.
Evander Kane points is what I need.
Same here.
All right. It's finally up. All right. Email from Ryan and Valerie says, "Hey, fellas. It's been a while since either of us sent you a hefty
Valerie
feedback."
apologized for the length, by the way.
What's that?
I said Valerie apologized
Oh,
for the length.
Yeah, no problem. Sent you hefty feedback, but time to change that. Let us start with the most exciting stuff first. Well, Friday, December 4th, I did the bold, brave, and life-changing move and asked Valerie to marry me. Hey, Well
Hey,
done, sir.
congratulations.
Congratulations.
Woo! Congrats.
He says, after 3.5 years of dating and a few months of living together, it was time to pop the big question. We were blessed with inheriting family diamonds. We were able to custom design an engagement ring / wedding band set that includes stones from both of Valerie's grandmothers. As a side note and a future reference to all listeners, if you are getting a ring custom design, plan ahead because the back and forth design process is far more intensive and lengthy than you would expect. Both of us had no idea how long it was supposed to take. And that isn't the easiest thing to Google or double check on Reddit. Also, something the jewelers probably don't want you to know about. It could possibly take. So, I decided a few months ago that I wanted to propose at a local annual Christmas festival that Valerie has been begging to go to over the years. Thankfully, the ring was completed and ready for pickup on Thursday. Talk about right down to the wire. Long story short, we took a short trolley ride at the end of the evening and did pictures in front of a large outdoor Christmas tree. I told the random photo-taking volunteer that we were going to do 2 poses. The first one was of us, just do a normal picture in front of a Christmas tree. And at pose 2, I reached into my pocket and dropped to my knee. Valerie tearfully, excitedly said yes, and I sighed a breath of relief. Dan and Eric, did you do public proposals? There ended up being a crowd of 20 to 30 people that gathered around and applauded. Oh, and thank you for the shout out on social media. No, I proposed in our kitchen in our old shitty tiny apartment.
I proposed in our living room / dining room in our shitty apartment.
Your apartment's not shitty.
Yeah, it's kind of shitty.
I like your apartment.
Tiny.
It's small, but it's a nice apartment. My apartment was shitty.
Dan actually probably talked about this when it happened, what I did.
Probably.
Dan helped me.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
I didn't set up while they were gone.
He broke into my apartment while we were out to dinner and set up
Broke a few windows.
candles and flowers and a card on the table. And I hid the ring up in the closet where I knew I would have to put jackets away. And I knew that she'd be reading the card, so I would have a chance to grab the ring. And then when she turned around, there I was, my dumb bald head. Knelt before.
Nice. So yeah, very exciting about the engagement, but also exciting that we bought an Xbox One bundle on Thanksgiving.
Hey.
Yeah.
Best Buy had a great deal, and it was a 1 terabyte Xbox One Tomb Raider bundle for $350 plus a free second controller.
Beautiful.
Since I already have storage issues on my PS4, I wasn't going to go small on the Xbox. Of course, the first game I downloaded was Massive Chalice because really, let's face it, that game is one of the primary reasons I even bought an Xbox One. Definitely one of my top games of the year. We also bought Rare Replay for $15 and used copies of Sunset Overdrive and Far Cry 4. More on those another day. Finally, Assassin's Creed stuff. I just bought Assassin's Creed Chronicles China on PS4 for like $4. I read it is kind of quick, but good for that price. And of course, I got to play it because my love of the series and with the new ones in the Assassin's Creed Chronicles series coming out early next year. PS Holiday Sale is pretty legit on the PS4, and hopefully one of you covered it for Nibblebits this week. No, but you covered some of the stuff.
Covered some of the
just
stuff
now. I also finally finished Assassin's Creed Unity and did the free DLC Dead Kings. Both were pretty good, but the story fell off a little bit at the end, and both turned out a little predictable. I enjoyed the acting and the character Arno far more than most, and glad they went to the French arrogant idealist for the character. I forgot to say I finished Assassin's Creed Syndicate.
Oh, you did?
I beat it, yeah.
Man, Dan.
Add it to the list.
I think I already did add to the list, but that game was really good. Even the end, I really liked.
Good.
Yeah.
I can't complain about it as much as I'd like to say. I didn't like it. I really did. That's all for now. I'm finishing Tomb Raider Definitive Edition, and we'll send you some thoughts next week on that. Valerie and I just want to end this lengthy feedback by thanking the 4 of you at Thumbstick Athletes for the consistently great, free, and entertaining podcast. We have listened, laughed, debated, and bonded over the podcast throughout the past few years. Also, thank you to fellow listeners for making the small community of listeners as great as you are. We appreciate having you all as a part of our lives. Ryan and Valerie in Iowa. Well, thanks.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Congrats again. That's great news.
That's exciting.
Yeah. Very exciting.
I wonder if they've set a date or anything yet.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think he hasn't told us. He told us he was going to let us know when he set a date.
Yeah.
I don't think he's let us know yet, but
I'm excited to hear what he thinks about Tomb Raider and Sunset Overdrive.
yeah.
I really liked that game.
Sunset Overdrive seemed awesome.
It was.
Yeah, it was a good game.
Yeah.
Underrated. Underappreciated.
Better than that Rocket League.
No. Disagree.
Idaho Jake says, "Hey guys, not much to talk about, but more Fallout 4. How many power armors do you have? I have about 7. I did one quest called USS Constitution, and it was awesome. I really like the game awards, and I hope it continues. Telltale plus Batman, yes please, and Far Cry Primal is a must-have. That's it for me. Later." I only ended up having 2 power suits. I had one for me and one for my companion. I only used mine maybe 3 times, and I think I only had my companion use hers once. So I didn't end up using those as much.
I have 2.
Two complete suits.
2 complete power suits.
Yeah. It's hard to keep track of all that stuff. I didn't have enough room in my main garage for more than one suit, so I had the other one. I kept the other one in Sanctuary.
I've seen some pretty bitchin' basements that people have built.
Yeah, with all their power armor suits and stuff. Yeah, it's pretty impressive, some of the things that people do with that game. But it was the mine was the top one that you could get, the X01 or X04 power armor, and then I had the T60 that I looted from Brotherhood of Steel.
Yeah.
Did you guys do that one? I forget the quest, but you can mix and match chemicals to make a bitchin' piece of power armor.
No.
It's something that doesn't call attention to itself. You have to read computer terminals and pick up the chemicals in various places and put them in the right spot. And if you do, you get a nice piece of power armor. I don't know if it's better than what you were talking about, Dan, but it's pretty cool. And that's the kind of stuff I want more of out of Fallout. The stuff that doesn't call attention to itself, but through your exploring every nook and cranny, you're rewarded by discovering that stuff.
Yeah, I didn't come across that. But I did a lot of exploring too. That's mostly what I did. I didn't do a lot of missions.
Yeah.
But I can't wait to get balls deep back into Fallout 4.
Same here.
I was digging it. Will, I saw you start playing on computer.
Yeah, no, I put 2 hours into a new playthrough.
Nice.
I pretty much just cleaned up Sanctuary and went to one thing for the Minutemen, but then I stopped.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, I'm not going to do any community building in my second playthrough.
See, I'm going to do a lot of community building on my second playthrough.
Because you didn't do much in the first one, right?
Nah, I put up some walls and that was it. But I decided Sanctuary and the castle are going to be my 2 main places to start.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right. This is from Tito NLA, who said, "I'm super excited about the announcement of Psychonauts 2, but also disappointed it's being done partially through crowdfunding. I feel like that game will suffer because of it. But the original is an amazing game in my top 10 personally. It is easily one of the best games of the Xbox era. It was Inception before its time, and honestly the only truly funny game next to South Park Stick of Truth. I recommend this game for revisiting the classics episode like you did with, I think it was Final Fantasy Tactics. That means you guys, other than Corey, will have to play it. So take your time whenever or if it ever happens. It's the Zelda of Xbox, gameplay-wise, but funny and super clever and interesting. I also recommend the movie Gone Girl. Best not to tell what the story is about, but what impressed me about that movie is it kind of feels like 3 movies in one, but never felt like it dragged. You think you know what's happening, and the movie is about to climax, and all of a sudden everything turns on its head. I think that's all for now. Thanks, Tito. I have Psychonauts actually in my Steam library, so
so do I.
I
for
remember.
some reason.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, probably a humble bundle. Because I pretty much have every Double Fine game in my library.
I wonder if that's on 360 backwards compatibility.
Yeah. Oh no, it was original Xbox.
Oh.
Yeah.
Jesus.
It's an old game. I remember being excited for it, but just I'd never bought it when it came out. I think it was original Xbox. Even I don't think it was. I don't think it was the 360. But I definitely want to play it because I really like all the Double Fine games I've played so far. I want to get to Brutal Legend, too. Yeah. And that's it for feedback.
That was a good description of Gone Girl.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Good.
He's right. That movie's fucking great.
I say maybe someday I'll watch it, but I just won't. I don't ever watch movies. I'll watch Star Wars. After the new year, I'll go see Star Wars.
Next week, bro.
I know. I'm not going to go see it next week. It's going to be after the holiday. I'll go see it.
Yeah, I'm not fighting with anybody for tickets.
Oh my God, no. And I would prefer nobody was in the theater.
That's how I am too. I even said, even though like those are my people, and I
They might not be though.
I just like to see. Yeah, it could be a lot of like pukey teenagers.
Yeah.
I could see that. But yeah, I mean,
I got a lot of respect for the guy that bought a theater's worth of tickets so he could watch it by himself.
There was a guy that did that.
Yes.
That's fantastic.
People were giving him shit too,
Why?
saying he was a dick, and I'm thinking to myself,
No,
that guy is onto something.
he doesn't want other people ruining his movie experience.
Which is exactly what he said.
Yeah, I get that. I'm the same way. That's why I don't go to the theater. I wait till it comes out on
That's awesome.
Blu-ray or whatever. And
Right? Isn't that cool?
Yeah, that's really cool.
Good for him.
Let's just pirate it. Screw it.
Fuck it. Petey Bay, see what Petey's up to.
it'll probably be on Pirate Bay early next week, if I had to guess.
Oh yeah, definitely. Maybe not. It'll probably be a screen recording. Won't be a raw file, but yeah.
You guys just want to pool our money and buy a theater's worth of tickets?
If I had that kind of money, I probably wouldn't use it to buy a theater worth of tickets.
No, there's no movie I want to see that bad.
Although if there was, this would be the movie probably that I would do that for me. I think
Making of Rocket League might have me do it.
that would be a doc.
Yeah.
That would be
Film doc.
film. Yeah.
Nah.
Anyway,
Eric, you wouldn't need to buy out a theater for that.
you'd
You're right.
be the only one anyway.
Yeah.
I'd be there with. That'd be fun to watch.
Ooh, Buffalo scored.
Eichel?
Rasmus.
Ristolainen?
Ristolainen?
Yeah, unless it got tipped.
I picked him up on my fantasy team.
In the other league?
Yeah.
You're in?
Yep. All right. So next week's episode, we were going to do Just Cause 3, but we're going with Rise of the Tomb Raider instead. It's just going to be a more interesting game to talk about, I think.
It deserves it more.
Yeah. I mean, I told Eric you could sum up Just Cause 3 by saying I blew shit up.
Well, that and it's very repetitive.
Yeah. Repetitive and long load times, which make it frustrating to play.
You're basically just going from one town to the other, taking it over.
Yep.
Basically the same way.
Blowing stuff up.
Yeah.
Yep. So, yeah, we're going to talk about Rise of the Tomb Raider. It's definitely a much more important game
Yeah.
to talk about. So,
Hey,
what?
I know we've kind of run late already, but do we just want to quickly run through the thummy categories so we know
do it.
what
We're
they
not.
are?
We didn't run late. I mean, we can take as long as we want. Go ahead.
Well, okay then.
Are these in order?
I'm just going to read through all the awards we've ever given, and we can decide whether they're in or not, and if you guys have suggestions for new ones. I think we want to do the one that got away.
What's that?
Like the game that you enjoyed, but just for whatever reason didn't go back to it, didn't have time
Yeah.
for it.
Oh, definitely.
That's fair.
All right.
That's it. I like that
I
award.
have multiple choices for that,
Yeah,
actually.
I think that's a good one because it acknowledges a game we think is good, but you know,
For whatever reason, we just
timing didn't work out for it. So are we going to do this year's last year game of the year?
Yeah, that's one of my favorite awards.
I already
actually.
have one picked out for that.
I do too.
All right, this year's
I've got a couple on my list, but I
last
have
year
one that's
game of the year.
no doubt number one.
Best co-op multiplayer. We split them up at one point. We used to do just best multiplayer, but I think last year we split it into best co-op and best competitive.
I don't even. Do we want to just do best multiplayer?
Let's just do best multiplayer.
That can be competitive or co-op.
Yeah.
Just best multiplayer again.
Yeah, I think so.
That's because I didn't play that many co-op games. I don't. Well, I guess I did. What do you guys think?
I personally would like to keep them separated, but if you guys feel strongly that we should combine them,
I don't
can live
think I
with that.
have enough. Well,
You could always abstain if you don't think you played enough games to have.
the problem is there's a lot of crossover.
Yeah.
Right.
That's why I almost feel like we should have it as one.
Right. Yeah, see, my co-op games wouldn't be crossover games, I don't think. Because it would be like...
Yoshi.
Yoshi, Skylanders. Those are the type of games that I played
Right.
co-op. My competitive, I would have different.
See, that's the thing. I didn't really play any
You didn't play co-op, yeah.
Right.
So you could always just abstain from that category
Yeah.
if you want.
Will, are you still there?
Yeah, I'm indifferent. We can do whatever.
Thanks, Will.
I'll side with Corey just to make it even and more
All
difficult.
right, just leave it the way it is. That's
All
fine.
right. That makes the record keeping easier too,
Yeah.
because otherwise I have to notate everything in my spreadsheet, my Thummy's master list.
Love it.
So we'll keep it the same. Best handheld / mobile game, or
That's a
do we
fair
want to split those up?
I played one mobile game, and
Yeah.
I played 2
Keep
or 3 handhelds.
Keep them
I'd say
together.
keep it.
I played 2 mobile games, and one of those I played for about 10 minutes.
Okay, so we'll keep it combined. Actually, I think last year we split it, and before that it was combined. But I think
Sure.
I thought last year we combined it.
I think
thought-
last year yeah, 2014 we split it.
Okay. I mean, the Game Awards had it as one category.
Right. I think last year I really wanted to split it because I was on the subway a lot. I was playing a lot of mobile games.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. Sprinkle Island.
Sprinkle Island, hell yeah. No, that didn't make my list, Will.
When did that come out?
Last
Probably got another playthrough of that coming up here.
I had Hearthstone, Vainglory, Heads Up, and Terra Battle on there.
I probably played one mobile game last year too. Mobile game.
Best rainy day game.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
that's a
always
good
liked
one.
that category.
Those are the different games or categories that.
Most welcome surprise.
Yeah, I like biggest surprise. That's a good category.
Guilty pleasure.
Crystal Island just scored again.
I don't think I have any guilty pleasure games. You know?
Yeah, I'm trying to think of one that I would consider a guilty pleasure from this year.
We did not do guilty pleasure last year.
I think we
Okay.
ought to scratch it.
Yeah. We're all kind of people that own it anyway. you
Yeah,
know,
I don't
like-
really care. Yeah.
What won it in 2013? The winner of guilty pleasure was Nimble Quest.
Corey.
That was me too. I
Oh,
had that
was
on
it?
my
Me
list.
and
Yeah.
Dan, yeah. Biggest disappointment.
That's a good category.
Yeah. Definitely.
Last year's winner was Valiant Hearts.
Yeah, I didn't like that game very much.
No, I had some problems with it too. Steamy Turd.
We're gonna have to clarify Steamy Turd here because I have a game in mind.
I do too, but I don't know if it really is a steamy turd.
I didn't buy this game.
I
didn't
think
either.
I think you have to play it to,
Well, I played it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I played.
even if it's 5 minutes. I think you have to have played it.
I played it. I played the beta. That gives it away.
I
but
think we're talking about the same game.
Is that a steamy turd though, or is that a disappointment?
That's the
It's-
thing. It's really up to your.
it could be a steamy turd. It could be biggest disappointment. It could be both.
It could be either or. Yeah, and or.
And we can change the terminology here. It doesn't have to be steamy turd if we want to.
I like steamy turd because
Steamy
I
Turd.
like steamy turd too.
Yeah.
We can debate it, Corey. We'll save that debate for on air.
Okay, so steamy turd is in.
I like steamy turd.
Best under the influence game.
I don't really
Stupid.
get under the influence anymore.
Yeah, I don't do that too often anymore either. But I can still pick out some games. I think
Yeah,
All right.
that's fair. That's a good category.
last year's winner was Mario Kart 8.
Yeah.
Or no?
Wasn't it?
Fuck. Oh, did I not fill this out?
Oh my god.
Corey, get it together.
Son of a gun.
You know, I come here prepared every week.
Me too.
That's not true.
Oh no, that was my personal winner last year.
Oh.
Gotcha.
Game you're least likely to play.
Okay. I can think of something.
Yeah, got a couple things. That's a good one.
Best new IP was the original award, but in 2014 we changed the terminology to Best New IP I want to see more of.
Were there any? I can think of one.
Yeah, because we clarified because there were some games that came out that were new IPs, but we didn't know if the developer would continue making games in that same vein, right? So that's why we changed it to best new game I want to see more of, or new IP I want to see more of.
Yeah. I had Bravely Default, The Banner Saga, Destiny, Shovel Knight, and Child of Light on my list last year.
Yeah. Do we want to keep that the same? We don't need to change the terminology, right?
Best new IP I want to see more of?
Yeah, because like I said, some of the games that come out might not have anything else. There might just be one-offs, but we would want to see more of it, you know.
Corey, in the chat, Tito's wondering how Halo Master Chief Collection didn't win biggest disappointment or steamy turd.
I thought it did.
It might have. I don't know.
I'm pretty sure that one.
Didn't it win steamy turd?
I think it got steamy turd last year.
Okay.
Yeah, it definitely
either that
did.
or Unity.
It was either that or Unity, yeah.
Me and Eric had the Master Chief and Unity at 1 and 2.
Yeah.
So.
Well. Best remaster re-release.
I don't think I played any of them.
Yeah, I would have to go back to playing.
I played Grim Fandango. And I hated every second of it.
Was that this year?
Wasn't it?
Yeah, was that this year?
I don't remember. Maybe
I played it for 4 in February.
Okay, so
wow.
Did it come out early? I think it came out at the end of last year, though.
I have no idea.
Sometimes it's hard to tell.
I had Final Fantasy VI iOS as mine last year.
No.
Guess what it's going to be this year?
Best. I don't know that I played any.
I don't think I did. I'd be fine with that stricken from the record.
No best remaster re-release. Game you wish you played. We did not do that one last year. Fire Emblem 1 in 2013.
I could probably come up with some for this one.
I totally could.
Yeah. Me
Okay.
too.
We can add that one. That's fine with me.
It's kind of similar to the one that got away,
Yeah.
but
Not really, because I mean, I would assume you didn't play it.
right. The one you got away is one you played.
Yeah, you couldn't finish.
MVC, Most Valuable Console.
I don't think
God.
we need to do that. I think it fit last year.
Yeah,
I don't think it's worth it anymore.
given the Wii U its due.
Thank God, because that sparked the biggest debate last year.
Well, not among us.
Maybe that makes it good. Maybe that makes it a good category.
I don't think it sparked the debate among us. Didn't we all vote for that?
We fought
Yeah,
over the Xbox One for like
Third
30
place.
minutes.
Oh, that's right. We were debating second and third place winners.
We could do this one.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. If you guys want to, we can.
Yeah, because I think you're right, Eric. It's not as clear cut as it was last year.
Yeah,
For
so you can
first
pick it up
place.
one thing or the other.
So yeah, it might bring up some
Clear
interesting
cut.
conversation. Well, and we didn't include
In my
PC last year.
I don't think PC's included this year either.
No.
Yeah, I
the
agree.
console.
Okay. Best indie game.
Yeah, that's a good one.
God,
Clear
I wonder which one will win that
Clear
one.
cut winner there.
Game of the year.
It's overrated.
Get rid of that one. We'll go. We'll pull a. We'll not have a game of the year category as a statement.
Statement.
You know.
Okay, Polygon.
Where's games for change, Corey?
Yeah, but best ambassador game. Do we want to do
Yeah.
that?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I like that category. Are we gonna try and come up with a new creative category like we try to do every year?
Ambassador game. Do we do that every year? Do we come up?
I
with
thought that we were gonna try and add one every year that was creative.
Okay.
Tito suggests best music in a game.
I like that.
I really like Xenoblade's music.
I do too. So that was one of the biggest complaints from a lot of people.
Yeah, I think it's cool.
Yeah.
Do you want to include that category?
The like island hip hop.
Yeah.
It's cool.
But there's also some like classical scores and stuff.
Yeah.
It's strange.
I think it's really clever.
It's fitting for the game.
I would do it. Yeah. Yeah, because I can think of about 3 games where the music stood out.
Yeah, I can think of a few.
That's not super creative, though.
No. That was Tito's idea. We can come up with
Do we want to do that then? Best
music or soundtrack.
best score or soundtrack?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Have
people
we
can come
done
up
best
with
ambassador
things.
game in the past?
No.
So that would be our creative category.
Oh, I thought we did.
No.
I thought we did too.
Or no. We do. Wait, are you sure we haven't done best ambassador game?
I am sure.
We did it. We did an episode.
Oh,
best
Oh, okay.
thinking of.
Yeah, I think it was just a question that kind of came up, and then we did a whole episode on it. With something.
Does
Do you want to do that, or do you want to think of something else? Or plan
Does
on
Journey as a re-release count?
That would be under best remaster.
that, which we're not
We're
doing.
not doing.
Man,
We do have we should set rules. I think we've talked about this before, but like Telltale games, I think we're only considering them in release year. So like the Game of Thrones Telltale game, Life is Strange, fully came out this year.
Yes,
yeah.
Did it start last year?
I don't believe so.
Okay, so that would be valid. The last, if it's a multi-part game, the last part. So I think Broken Age finished up this year, so that would be eligible.
I consider that last year, though.
No, because you
Did it
couldn't play
finish
the whole
this
game
year?
until this year.
I think it was nominated for stuff last year, though, wasn't it?
So
Well, we've refined the rules this year.
no, I think we agreed last year that episodic games would be valid for Thummy in a year where they were all the episodes were available.
When the cock teasing was over.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
What happened, Will?
Sorry, I get really excited when there's a goal scored.
Wait, who scored now?
Calgary, 3-2.
Is that it, Corey?
Yeah, that's all I got.
All right.
So we got the one that got away this year's last year game of the year, best competitive multiplayer, got best co-op multiplayer, best handheld / mobile game, best rainy day game, most welcome surprised, biggest disappointment, steamy turd, best under the influence game, game you're least likely to play, best new IP I want to see more of, game you wish you played, most valuable console, best indie game, best ambassador game, best score / soundtrack, and game of the year.
Would handhelds be considered consoles too?
No.
Since it's a game specific device, though.
I think
Yeah.
So.
I see your point, Dan, but I think this one kind of caters to the fanboy console wars thing.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's fair.
So the big three.
Yeah. I mean, I don't care. We can do whatever you want, but
I'd rather not include handhelds.
That's fine.
Oh. I'm sorry. I need to mute my mic.
That's fine. All right, so we all set then?
yeah.
Yep.
Another thing I want to do is come up with like titles for these awards.
Clever titles instead of just
Right. Best blah blah blah. Best blah blah blah. Like instead, I'd rather it be called like
something more along the lines of steamy turd instead of shittiest game.
right.
Right.
Steamy
Or
turd.
like I can't think of a good example, but you know, the blah 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 award given to the game that best exemplifies, you know,
Oh,
blah blah blah.
yeah, like the Norris Trophy given to the best defenseman.
Right. Yeah, you can name it after clever cultural things.
Oh,
Gotcha.
The Miley Cyrus Award.
Like gold
Yeah. Skeeviest game of the year.
gold standard award would be like the game of the year.
Battlefront.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, well we can talk about that in our kick chat.
Yeah.
Toss around some ideas. All right, any other thoughts?
No.
So those are our thummy
bedtime.
categories. Yeah, like I said, next week Tomb Raider. We'll call it an episode. That'll do it for episode 229 of the Thumbstick Athletes podcast. I'm your host Dan.
America.
Will.
Corey.
Thanks for listening, and get out of my basement.